Good evening, everybody. I'm John Mark Dempsey, and we are broadcasting from Gerald Prim Stadium, where the Sulphur Springs Wildcats will be taking on the Poteet Pirates it is, I beg your pardon, the Mesquite Poteet Pirates this evening. And we are just about to have the national anthem from Gerald Prim Stadium from the Sulphur Springs High School Band, and as soon as they commence with the anthem, then we will join their performance of the national anthem on this evening. That will be beautiful for football with 89 degrees and light winds out of the northeast, as the Wildcats kick off the 2024 season against a team I believe they have never played before, the Poteet Pirates out of Mesquite. Poteet High School has only existed since 1990. And so they haven't actually had that long of a history in which they could have played, considering Sulphur Springs' long history. But they will play tonight on the artificial turf here at Gerald Prim Stadium. Wildcats football on KSST from Gerald Prim Stadium. I'm John Mark Dempsey. Our video and technical director is Matt Jansen. Our producer is James Terry. And we're going to send it back to the KSST studios for a commercial message, and we'll be back with a look at tonight's ball game before the kickoff. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Wildcats football is brought to you by the Alliance Bank, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op, Farm Country, Hooten Hardware, City National Bank, and Wesley House Assisted Living. The pregame is sponsored by Super Handy, and our halftime program tonight will be brought to you by Gallienne Insurance and Hall Oil. Again, I'm John Mark Dempsey, and we expect to be joined by Chad Young before the evening is much older, and we'll be looking forward to Chad joining us. But right now it's myself and Matt here at Gerald Prim Stadium. So the Wildcats coming into this game tonight in a brand new district this year. Actually, it's not brand new entirely, in the sense that they still have some familiar opponents. The Paris Wildcats and the Community Braves will still be in the district. But otherwise, they have new opponents in this district. Of course, tonight is not a district game against Poteet, but other teams in the district will be Lake Dallas, and they opened up their season last night with a resounding 49-0 win over the Denton Broncos. Salina is part of the district with a great tradition, and they are playing Belleville on a neutral site tonight. Aubrey is at Sunnyvale this evening. Frisco Panther Creek, very strong outfit there. They are at Lake Worth tonight. Community, we mentioned to you as the Wildcats come on the field here at Gerald Prim Stadium to a big hand. Community at Canton tonight, so they're right down the road from us. And Paris is playing at home against Sanger. So those new district opponents this year are Lake Dallas, Salina, Aubrey, and Frisco Panther Creek. And we'll be trying to keep up with those scores throughout the season as we bring Wildcat football to you. So Wildcats last year 8-3, finished second in the district, played basically for the district championship against Anna in the final regular season game, and lost to Anna, and then played a very exciting by-district game against Dallas Carter, but lost that game to Carter 37-33 and finished 8-3 on the season. Poteet 0-10 last year. They are a 5A Division II team, and they have had some good years in the past. They were 7-5 as recently as 21 and 8-4 in the 20 season, but they have fallen on hard times, 2-8 and 22, and as we say, 0-10 last year, the Poteet Pirates. And now I believe we are ready for the national anthem, and if our microphone will allow it, we will bring the national anthem to you from Gerald Prim Stadium on KSST. National anthem by the Sulphur Springs High School Band from Gerald Prim Stadium this evening. Wildcats will have a new starting quarterback as Brady Driver, the all-district quarterback a year ago, has moved on to Lamar University, and it will be Caden Mitchell who will be starting tonight for the Wildcats. And he played quite a bit season before last, as I believe Brady Driver at that time had some injuries, and Caden Mitchell looked very good as he completed 35 of 57 passes for 463 yards, 4 touchdown passes, and only 1 interception. That was in the 22 season. Last season, he was 2 of 3 passing for 53 yards and a touchdown, and as I recall, that touchdown was on a wide receiver pass, as Caden played a lot at wide receiver last season and got into the game against Liberty Ilu and threw a touchdown pass on a reverse from his position at wideout. But looked very good passing 2 seasons ago as the backup to Brady Driver. And so we'll be looking forward to his performance tonight and throughout the season this evening. Skylar Lewis is back, the senior receiver, 6'2", 178 pounds. Last season, 45 receptions for 1,022 yards and 11 touchdowns for Skylar Lewis. And he is back for the Wildcats this evening, and we are having the coin toss right now, and Sulphur Springs has won the toss, and they will receive, as a matter of fact. Wyatt Watson is back, 5'10", 170-pound senior who caught 33 balls for 373 yards and 5 touchdowns. We would be remiss if we did not mention Vincent Johnson, the left tackle on the offensive line for Sulphur Springs, 6'5", 315 pounds, a junior. And he is being recruited by all kinds of Division I teams, including Oklahoma, TCU, Texas Tech, North Texas, Texas State, Texas El Paso, UT, San Antonio. So what a career he has ahead of him, not only here at Sulphur Springs, but for one of those Division I football programs. So we are about ready to go here from Gerald Prim Stadium as Mesquite Poteet will be kicking off to the Wildcats. Poteet in white jerseys with dark green pants, and kicking off is Rocco Reyna, a senior, has it teed up at the 40-yard line. And there is the kick, going from the south end zone to the north end zone, taken at the 10-yard line, and here's the return by Skylar Lewis for Sulphur Springs, and he's out close to the 30-yard line. Let's see if they give him the 30 or if they'll say he was stopped at the 29. Looks like the 29. So first down for Sulphur Springs at the 29-yard line. Wildcats will be moving from left to right. That was the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff there for you on KSST. Just underway. Field now completely in shadow as the sun is going down behind us. 89 degrees as we kick off. I remember a kickoff last season at Jacksonville in the first game at the Tomato Bowl. I believe was 109 degrees, if I'm not mistaken. It might have been slightly less than that, but well over 100 degrees. So this is pleasant by comparison. A little bit of a delay here as our referee, who is Brad Frisbee out of Tyler, having a conversation with Caden Mitchell, and now we're ready to go. Jeff Stevenson out over the football, the center for Sulphur Springs. And on first down, this goes to Jackson Hare. And Hare trying to go off tackle and bounce it outside, and he does get a couple of yards before he is brought down at the 31-yard line. Jackson Hare is another guy we should have mentioned in the pregame. Last season, an all-district performer, 27 catches for 426 yards and 4 touchdowns. And he is going to be in the backfield as a running back quite a bit this season. And we saw him on that first down carry right there. Picked up a couple of yards. It is 2nd down and 8 for the Wildcats. Ball on the far hash as they move left to right. Play action. And Mitchell throwing. And once again, it's Jackson Hare coming across the field to take that little short toss. And he gets out to the 34-yard line for a gain of 3 yards. And so this will be 3rd down and 5 for the Wildcats. Their own 34-yard line. Sulphur Springs in their royal blue jerseys and royal blue pants with the gold and white trim, white headgear with the SS logo on the side. Caden Mitchell, quick toss out to the near side. It is complete, and that looks like that'll be good for the first down. And the pass here is to Jamorian Jeffrey, junior receiver, who catches it and goes out of bounds at the 43-yard line in Wildcat territory, and that's a first down as they move the chains. Wildcats moving from left to right on the artificial turf at Gerald Prim Stadium. 3 wideouts to the far side, 2 to the near side, no setbacks with Caden Mitchell, and here is Jackson Hare catching a pass over the middle, slanting in from right to left, into the secondary and all the way to the 30-yard line of Mesquite Poteet. That's a 27-yard gain to Jackson Hare. First down, Wildcats at the Poteet 30-yard line. They're going to move Hare all over the field. That time he was in a slot receiver position. This time he lines up in the backfield to the left of Caden Mitchell. Snap to Mitchell, fakes to Hare, pass to Wyatt Watson in the flat over on the left side, and Watson jukes one tackler, gets inside the 25 to the 24-yard line for a gain of 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Wildcats. First possession of the game. Sulphur Springs started this drive at the 29-yard line after a kickoff return by Skylar Lewis. Ball at the Mesquite Poteet 24-yard line. Poteet, white jerseys, dark green pants, white headgear. And we have Deuce Hall in the game at quarterback now, the sophomore, and Hall fakes the handoff, will take it himself around the left side, and we'll have the first down on a nice gainer inside the 10-yard line down to the 9. The sophomore Deuce Hall. 13 yards on that gain. Hall, the star of the district champion freshman team last season for Sulphur Springs. And we will see him at running back, and we will see him at receiver, but this time Sulphur Springs brings him in at quarterback. Offensive coordinator Peter Medlock seeing the opportunity there. First and goal at the 9-yard line for Sulphur Springs, no score. First possession, here is Caden Mitchell, faking the handoff, going to go left, and it's wide open for him. Touchdown, Wildcats. 9-yard touchdown run by Caden Mitchell, and the Wildcats out on top 6-0. 9:13 left to go in the first quarter. Good looking drive there for Sulphur Springs. They mixed it up nicely with the run and the pass. And now the extra point to come. Brad Thessing is the snapper. Caden Mitchell is the holder, and there's a low snap. Something was amiss there. Did we have a penalty called? No, it's Caden Mitchell just threw the ball down basically to get rid of the ball and end the play rather than allow the kick to be blocked or something worse to happen. So the extra point no good. There was some kind of mishap there in the snap, and the score will remain 6-0 Sulphur Springs. 9:13 to go first quarter. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Just about to have the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff here for Sulphur Springs. Eric Rodriguez advancing on the ball. This is a high end-over-end kick coming down at the 5-yard line. Nice kick there by Rodriguez, and the return up the center of the field out to about the 25-yard line. And on the return there for Mesquite Poteet, Josh Reyes, senior. So Poteet will start at the 24-yard line. By the way, we need to say, after that Wildcat touchdown, Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go, Wildcats, and Sulphur Springs leads it 6-0 over Mesquite Poteet. Poteet on offense for the first time. Moving from right to left, and on this first play, we have a jet sweep. The handoff goes to Niall Rivers. And Rivers trying to get around the corner, but only able to get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe one more yard after that. So second down and 9 for Poteet. The quarterback is Jaden Walker, who was a receiver last season. Here's a quick pass to the slot on the right side. And the catch is made by Gavin Barcelo up to the, 30-yard line. So he gains 5. Haven't moved the down marker over there yet. So I have this as 3rd down and 5. 3rd down and 5 for Mesquite Poteet. Ball on the far hash mark as they move right to left. Play action pass. Out to the near side. And the catch is made by Niall Rivers again, and the tackle this time for Sulphur Springs by Creed Wisenhunt, junior defensive back, and there was a fumble. We saw it late, and everybody else saw it late too, and it looks like Sulphur Springs has recovered deep inside Mesquite Poteet territory at the 31-yard line, if I'm reading this right. 32-yard line it is. Creed Wisenhunt with the tackle on Niall Rivers, the receiver for Poteet. Wildcats leading 6-0 already as they drove for a touchdown on their first possession. Didn't see who recovered the fumble for Sulphur Springs, but they will have the ball at the Poteet 32-yard line. 2 wideouts to the left side and 2 to the right side for Sulphur Springs. Running back to the right of Caden Mitchell, and they give it to Jackson Hare, and Hare breaks free, and he will score from 32 yards out. Hare using his blockers, weaving his way, and he makes it all the way to the goal line for another Wildcat touchdown. 32-yard run by Jackson Hare. He had a 27-yard run, not for a touchdown, but a big gainer on that first drive. 12-0, the Wildcats. Barrett Thessing is the snapper. Caden Mitchell is the holder. Eric Rodriguez is the kicker for Sulphur Springs. Here is the kick by Rodriguez. The first one was a misfire because of a low snap, and this one is wide right. Rodriguez last season 40 of 42 on his points after touchdowns, but the Wildcats have had trouble here with the first 2 attempts tonight. 12-0. Wildcats lead, 7:45 left to go. First period. This is Wildcats football on KSST. Wildcats lead at 12-0. The kickoff by Eric Rodriguez is deep into the end zone, and so it'll be a touchback. And Mesquite Poteet will have the ball at the 25-yard line to start out. Wildcats recovered a fumble at the Poteet 32 on that third down play, and on the first play after that, Jackson Hare with a 32-yard touchdown run. Somewhat late developing play, or at least he took his time about reading his blockers and working his way through the Pirate secondary until by the time he got to the 10-yard line, it was clear nobody was going to stop him. Here's a quick pass out to the flat over on the far side. This is behind the line of scrimmage. Pass is complete, but it's going to be a loss for Poteet. The catch by Montreal Hodge, a junior. And the loss is back to the 20-yard line. So that's a loss of 5 yards for Mesquite Poteet. They operate out of the spread. And the quarterback back to throw. This is Jabari Williams. That's the second quarterback we've seen so far tonight. Passing down the far side. And incomplete, and it will be 3rd down and 15 for Poteet at their own 20-yard line. Wildcats have a 9-yard touchdown run by Caden Mitchell and a 32-yard run by Jackson Hare. Here's a low snap, and it is picked off over on the far side for Sulphur Springs. And I'm going to have to check on the identity of who made the interception there for the Wildcats in the flat over on the far side. But Sulphur Springs has got it back at the 20-yard line. Actually, the 19-yard line of Mesquite Poteet. Second turnover created by the Wildcat defense here in the first quarter with 7:21 left to go, and Sulphur Springs leading 12-0. Wildcats moving left to right to the south end zone at Gerald Prim Stadium. Here's a reverse. Caden Mitchell tossing to Skylar Lewis, and Lewis passing downfield, and was that picked off for Poteet? No, it was caught. That is a catch by Wyatt Watson for Sulphur Springs at the 3-yard line from Skylar Lewis. For a moment, I thought Poteet had picked it off. That's Skylar Lewis looping around from his wideout position and then throwing to Wyatt Watson down the 3-yard line. First down and goal for Sulphur Springs with a 12-0 lead. Deuce Hall back in the ball game at quarterback for Sulphur Springs, the sophomore. We saw him on the possession before this, and now there's some hesitation here, some uncertainty, and Wildcats come over to the sideline. Have they called timeout? No, the play clock is still going. Nope. I believe we are joined by Chad Young.
Yes, good evening, John Mark, and good evening, Wildcat fans. Run a little late. That traffic in Sulphur Springs will always get you, John Mark. What a great, exciting game so far, 12-0.
It's gone good so far.
Yep.
Play action pass.
Oh, he's crossed the line.
Sled again from right to left. That is Skylar Lewis with the touchdown from Caden Mitchell. 3-yard touchdown pass. Skylar Lewis, who made the pass down to the 3 to Wyatt Watson on the previous play.
And Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go Wildcats, as they put 6 more points on the board, 18-0, awaiting the extra point try. 6:23 left in this first quarter. John Mark, they're just running all over them.
Yeah. Well, the only thing that has gone wrong for Sulphur Springs so far is ironically, the extra points, which were so consistent last year.
Sure.
Missed the first. There's a good snap, and here is the kick by Rodriguez, and this one is good.
So that'll make it 19-0. 6:23 left in this first half. We'll await the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff after the break, but we'll hear from our sponsors and send it back to James. And we're back. Wildcat football. The score 19-0. 6:23 left in this first quarter, and the Wildcats kicking off the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff back to the Mesquite Poteet Pirates.
And the kick by Rodriguez to the 10-yard line. Here's the return up the center of the field across the 25 to the 26-yard line. And that is Josh Reyes on the return. And for Sulphur Springs, James Johnson going down to make the tackle. It was Alex King who came up with the interception just a moment ago on the far side of the field. A junior linebacker made that interception in the flat. And that set up the touchdown pass 3 yards from Caden Mitchell to Skylar Lewis.
And the Poteet Pirates will be sending, it looks like about the 26-yard line to start their drive.
Yeah. From the 26, handoff up the middle, and here's a decent gain on first down for Poteet.
Probably about 5 yards.
They're going to try to keep it on the ground here. They've had some misadventures passing. The carry that time was by Aaron Tinsley, their top ball carrier a year ago. 2nd down and 5. Back to throw. And the pass is incomplete over on the far side.
But there's a flag. Probably pass interference against the Wildcats. We'll see. Yeah, they're moving it on up.
Yes. And our referee is Brad Frisbee. He does indicate pass interference against Sulphur Springs, so this will give the Pirates first down at
like going to 37 maybe?
Spotted at the 37-yard line, right.
Yep, so it'd be 1st and 10 for the Poteet Pirates at their own 37-yard line.
Snap to the quarterback. And the give up the middle, and nothing is there for Aaron Tinsley as he is pushed back at the line of scrimmage. I think they did get at least back to the line, but that's about it.
They gave him that forward progress. The Wildcat defense read that one and wrapped him up right there and pushed him on back, but they're going to be starting. It's going to be 2nd and 10 on the 37.
Kevin Joyner is the quarterback for Poteet on this 2nd down and 10 play. Moving right to left, throwing deep down the near side, and incomplete at about the 25-yard line. Good coverage there.
Yep, real good coverage by the Wildcat defender, and the Poteet coach over there looking for a flag, not getting one because that was just some good coverage by the Wildcats. So it's going to make it 3rd and 10. They're lining up fast, trying to catch the Wildcats defense off guard here.
Creed Wisenhut on the coverage for Sulphur Springs on that play. Here's the snap and the throw to the far side.
Another good coverage there.
Incomplete at the 40-yard line, and on the coverage for Sulphur Springs, Ty Bybee.
You think it'd be punt time for the Poteet Pirates right now, but it's and they're bringing out. It looks like they're bringing out their punting team because they're deep into their own territory and they've had trouble getting the ball moving. So, not going to take the risk of a 4th and 10. Where they would still be in their own territory if they got it.
Right.
Yep.
Brandon Hernandez is back to punt.
He's going to be punting. He's going to be standing on his own 25-yard line. Wildcat punt return team standing between the 30 and 35-yard line on their end.
Skylar Lewis is back. This one may have been partially blocked.
I agree, yes. A Wildcat defender right on top of that punter. It may have gotten a finger on it. The ball rolls all the way to the 38-yard line, we'll call it, in Wildcat territory. Wildcat's going to have pretty good starting position there in their own territory on the 38-yard line.
Turns out to be a halfway decent punt of well, let's see.
You've got your punt calculator going there?
Yeah, 20, right here. It's
25 to 38.
33 yards.
Thank you. I thought I was going to have to do some math there for a second.
People like to know how long was the punt? How long was the
well,
pass?
He was standing on his own 25, but it came from the other.
From the line of scrimmage.
Yes, right. So I was calculating it wrong already. But
right.
Wildcats coming up to the line of scrimmage. Okay, good. One guy got off the field. Looked like they had too many, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now 11 people. 19-0.
Sulphur Springs leads with 4:53 left to go in the first quarter. Total domination by the Wildcats so far. On first down, here's a quick pass on a bubble screen to the far side. Going to be a short gainer for Sulphur Springs. Pass was complete to Skylar Lewis from Caden Mitchell, and the gain is perhaps to the 41-yard line.
Yep. And looks like a 3-yard gain there. Yeah, he really put some extra effort into that and spun and got an extra yard out of that. It's going to be 2nd and 7 for your Wildcats. 4:27 left in this first quarter, 19-0. So far, the Wildcats dominating the Mesquite Poteet Pirates.
Ball on the far hash mark as the Wildcats move left to right. 2 wideouts right, 1 to the left. And a pass to Jackson Hare. This is a screen to the right side. Hare, dangerous with the football under his arm, crosses the 45 to the 48-yard line for a gain of 7 yards. And he's going to be very close to the first down.
Yeah, so to see who's marking the ball here or there. Looks like they're going to mark him about half a yard short is what it looks like to me. So it's going to be 3rd and half a yard for your Wildcats. Changing up the offense there. They've got a special play for this, you can tell.
A short yardage situation. Wildcats will go with 2 H-backs, blocking backs behind the tackles. And in the ball game at quarterback, Deuce Hall. This is at least the second time we've seen
running down
at quarterback. Yeah, play clock is showing out. 0. So a lot of uncertainty there on the part of the Sulphur Springs offense. As Chad already indicated, they made a lot of personnel changes.
That's going to back them up. I thought they were going to call timeout, maybe trying to throw them off guard and get a penalty, but no. Your Wildcats are going to get backed up 5 yards for delay of game there, and so it's going to be 3rd and 5.5.
Interesting to see what they're going to do in a short yardage situation, though, Chad, as they brought in the 2 blocking backs or H-backs and Deuce Hall, the sophomore at quarterback. So 3rd and 6 for the Wildcats. Snap is to Caden Mitchell. Pass to the near side. Was it caught and dropped? Yes, it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Deuce Hall, and he tried to run with it, the classic thing of running with it before you've caught it. And just lost the handle on it. So
looks like the Wildcats going to have to punt. It's 4th and 5.5 now to get almost to the midfield mark, but they're not going to take that chance when they had 3rd and inches or 3rd and a half yard. So it looks like they're going to punt now. The punter for the Wildcats standing on his own 30. The punt receiver, returner for the Poteet Pirates all the way back to his own 20. He keeps backing up. So
this is Jackson Hare punting for Sulphur Springs. We weren't sure who was going to be the punter. We don't get a depth chart on these guys, and you rarely do in high school football.
Right.
And whistles. You perhaps hear the whistles on the field.
Right. So
delay of game against Sulphur Springs.
Wow.
First game, Chad. First game.
Wow. Okay. All right. I just said wow. That's all I said, John Mark. Yeah. So maybe some first game jitters or not everybody getting on the same page. And hey, we'll even go as far as to say it could be the coaches that are having the first game jitters, and they're having a tough time getting the personnel swapped out. But here it comes. The punt from 5 yards deeper.
Whoop. And he bobbles the snap, does Jackson Hare. And let's see if he can get a punt away. He's going to run for possibly the first down here, and he does. Looks like he will have the first down as Jackson Hare bobbled the snap.
Yes.
And then ran out to the left and suddenly saw open territory in front of him. Although, wait a minute.
They're not moving up here.
The official's going to give the ball here to Mesquite Poteet, and I'm not sure if he stepped out of bounds. It's possible that he stepped out of bounds over on the far side there. Otherwise, I'm not sure what that would be. But Poteet, on the bobbled snap, mishandled snap on the attempted punt for Sulphur Springs, takes over at the Sulphur Springs 39-yard line, trailing 19-0. Sulphur Springs
I could have sworn that receiver for the Pirates was way offsides, left the line of scrimmage before the snap, but ran right in front of the official. Maybe that blocked his view of whether the snap was occurring because he didn't throw a flag. So it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Pirates.
Kelvin Woodburn at the 1 yard with a 1 yard gain, and now scrambling is the quarterback for Poteet to the 25-yard line of the Wildcats. And that is Kevin Joyner, the quarterback. And that's first down. That is the first down of the game for Mesquite Poteet at the Sulphur Springs. Make it the 27.
Yeah, the Poteet Pirates making a lot of hay out of this one, turning this game around, or at least this drive around for the Wildcats, as they were third and inches just a few plays ago, and now they're down 1st and 10 on their own 20 on the Wildcat 28-yard line.
4-man front for Sulphur Springs. First down and 10 for Poteet. Man in motion from left to right. Quarterback scrambling, passing to the far side, incomplete. That's Kevin Joyner, the quarterback, passing for Niall Rivers, who appears to be his favorite receiver, but they could not connect on that pass to the far side. So 2nd down and 10 at the Sulphur Springs 27-yard line for the Poteet Pirates with 1:38 left to go in the first quarter. Sulphur Springs leading 19-0. Wildcats showing a blitz. Joyner passing to the far side. Pass is caught and brought down quickly is Montreal Hodge, junior receiver, at the 24-yard line,
yep.
Right? Gain of 3. So this is 3rd down and 7 for Poteet. Ball on the far hash mark as they move to our left.
Very important play.
3 wideouts to the left side. Joyner, option play, coming to the left. Yep. Across the 20 down to about the 18-yard line, taken off his feet there. He'll be short of the first down.
Yep, he's short about a yard, and but good effort by their quarterback. He ran and took a big hit. He didn't slide down. It's going to be 4th and 1. Big, huge play for the Pirates and a big play for the Wildcats defense if they want to keep the Poteet Pirates off the scoreboard, because it's 19-0. Clock ticking down, 36 seconds and counting in this particular first quarter.
They're coming in with the field goal unit here. They will go for the 35-yard field goal.
Okay.
On this 4th down and 1, trailing 19-0. And the kick on the way to the north end zone, and it is good. 35-yard field goal.
Barely made it, about a foot to get in there, and so that brings the score 19-3. Your Wildcats over the Pirates at Gerald Prim Stadium. 13 seconds left in this first quarter. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff in just a moment. We're back with Wildcats football right here at Gerald Prim Stadium. 13 seconds left in this first quarter. The J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff is about to commence with the Pirates kicking back from right to left just for these few seconds to the Wildcats.
Rocco Reyna with the kickoff, who had the 37-yard field goal just a moment ago, 35-yard field goal it was. Here's the return by Skylar Lewis, and he is across the 50, and Skylar Lewis going to go all the way for a touchdown for Sulphur Springs.
As time expires in this first quarter, the Wildcats run back a kickoff.
Let me correct myself. That is Deuce Hall.
Deuce Hall that ran that
the
back.
Sophomore.
He snagged that. It was a deep kickoff, too. He picked it up all the way on the 4-yard line, running 96 yards all the way, taking it to the house as time expires in this first quarter. And they'll put the score on the scoreboard here in a minute. That'll make it 25-3, pending the extra point, which doesn't take any time off the clock. So they'll be back on that end of the field to kick. Looks like they're going to try to kick the extra point again. There goes the scoreboard changing. 25-3. Your Wildcats over the Mesquite Poteet Pirates, as Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go Wildcats on that score.
Isaac Ray is the holder. Caden Mitchell, I should say Isaac Ray is the snapper, Caden Mitchell the holder, and the kick by Eric Rodriguez is good. So the kickoff return by Deuce Hall. He wears number 8. Skylar Lewis wears number 6, and we're so accustomed to seeing 6. And Skylar Lewis doing spectacular things that we mistaked him for Deuce Hall. 26-3, Wildcats football continues after this on KSST.
And we're back with Wildcat football here at Gerald Prim Stadium. A new quarter is starting, as that first quarter ended very well for the Wildcats. They ran back that kickoff all the way, 96 yards for a touchdown, and now the Wildcats will be moving from right to left, and they'll be kicking off the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff to the Poteet Pirates as they get ready to the Mesquite's just going to have to try to change something up and get some points on the board. So far, the Wildcat offense has certainly dominated, and the defense has been holding the Mesquite offense at bay.
Yeah.
If I say Mesquite one more time, it sounds like I'm from East Texas, John. Yeah.
A couple of turnovers for the Sulphur Springs defense in the first half also. That interception by Alex King, setting up a touchdown, and we had a fumble recovery and never did find out who had that fumble recovery, but that set up the second touchdown.
Sure.
Yeah. And now the 96-yard kickoff return by Deuce Hall. Here's the angled kick to the 35-yard line, picked up off the turf, and that was a dangerous play there for the Pirates as the ball was bouncing around, and that's, I think, one of the advantages of that type of kickoff.
Right, but the Pirates did come down with it. They'll have it on their own 35-yard line, so kind of familiar territory from that last drive that they had, but they couldn't make anything out of it. And then the Wildcats ended up getting the ball, then they couldn't make anything out of it, and then the Pirates had to settle for a field goal to put their 3 points on the board. So here they come with their first down at their own 35.
Poteet moving left to right now, man in motion from right to left, and they fake the give to him and now give it to the setback, and he is going nowhere. In fact, he's going to lose a yard or two back to the 33-yard line.
They're going to mark him losing 1 yard there, and so it's going to be 2nd and 11 for the Pirates.
Give him the 34-yard line. As Chad told you, 2nd down and 11. Kevin Joyner is the quarterback in the shotgun. Backpedals after taking the snap. Pass down the far sideline. Incomplete at about the Wildcat 35-yard line. Intended there for Josh Reyes, and double coverage by the Wildcats. And one of those guys back there on coverage was Grayson Hardy, who last season for Sulphur Springs had 123 tackles.
Oh, goodness.
This is a 3rd down 11 for Poteet from the 34-yard line, trailing 26-3. Joyner back. Has a man down the right side, overthrows him at the Wildcat 40-yard line, Montreal Hodge, and it's 4th down 11 for Poteet.
Yeah, way overthrown there. It's obviously punt time for the Pirates, and Wildcats are going to set up their punt returners all the way back, maybe the 30-yard line.
Punt unit on now for Poteet. Wyatt Watson and Skylar Lewis back for Sulphur Springs, standing at the 30-yard line.
Their punter's almost on the 20.
The snap and the punt by Brandon Hernandez lands at the 35-yard line, takes a good hop for Poteet and picked up by Skylar Lewis all the way back at the 15-yard line.
He's getting outside.
And Lewis going to his right, finds some room to run, gets to the sideline and crosses the 40. And let's see if they will give him the there is a flag over on the far side.
Yep.
Skylar out of bounds around the 40-yard line, which would be a punt return of about 25 yards. But there is a flag down. Our referee tonight is Brad Frisbee. This is a group out of the Tyler chapter.
Guess that's maybe a late hit as he was at
May
the
very
bound.
well be. It appears he's about to step off some yards against Poteet.
Yeah.
Depends on from where.
Nope.
No, this is going the other way.
Stepping it off against the
It's a personal foul against Sulphur Springs. And so that moves it back to the 25-yard line from the 40.
So your Wildcats starting on their own 25, 10:59 left in this second quarter. 26-3. The Wildcats up big over Mesquite Poteet.
First down, Sulphur Springs. Wildcats move from right to left at the 25-yard line. They're on the far hash mark. Mitchell, the quarterback, on the give, and this one breaks open. And coming to the near sideline on the carry for Sulphur Springs and out of bounds, this is Deshaun John. The first time we've seen him in the ball game tonight. We saw him a bit last season, especially toward the end of the year, but he gets out to the 41 for a gain of 16 yards.
Fantastic run by the Wildcats, and they're going to set up a Hooten's Hardware first down all the way up on the 41-yard line. Still on the Wildcat side of the field, but great field position now after kind of a rough start there with the personal foul. Good run back, but a good run. Oh.
There's the snap, but you hear the whistles and flags are down again. Again, first game, and you're going to see some miscues.
Right.
This is illegal procedure, false start against Sulphur Springs. So walk off 5 yards, it'll push it back to the 36-yard line.
It's going to be 1st and 15 for your Wildcats on their own 36-yard line. 10:40 left in the first half of the ball game. 26-3, Wildcats over the Pirates.
Sulphur Springs with 2 wideouts to the near side and 2 to the far side. A back to the left of Caden Mitchell. He's in the pocket, now moving in the pocket, looking downfield, and he will keep it. And he is going to be swarmed around the line of scrimmage. Maybe got back to the line or maybe gained a half yard or so, but not much more than that. Caden Mitchell not able to find a receiver. Wildcats in this game have a 9-yard TD run by Caden Mitchell, 32-yard run by Jackson Hare, 3-yard touchdown pass from Mitchell to Skylar Lewis, and the 96-yard kickoff return not long ago by the sophomore Deuce Hall, who will play quarterback, running back, and receiver for the Wildcats this year. 26-3, Sulphur Springs on top. This is 2nd down and long. They're behind the chain. 2nd down and 14, and Mitchell trying to set up a screen pass here and has to dump it. And it'll be 3rd down and long for the Wildcats. Pretty good crowd here from Mesquite Poteet on the far side.
Of course, a great crowd here on the Wildcats side.
Sure, yeah. No need to.
Full house.
Yeah, almost goes without saying.
Yeah. The Pirate Band leaving their stands over there, getting ready. It's 9 minutes and 51 seconds until halftime.
Penalty here against the Wildcats.
It's going to make it 3rd and forever. See, that's going to be 23 yards.
I believe that was intentional grounding.
Oh, okay.
Which goes with the loss of down. So this moves it all the way back to the 26-yard line.
Yep.
So 3rd down and long. And a pass over the middle. And that one is caught at the 45-yard line.
Right.
And that is Wyatt Watson who makes the catch.
Picked up about 20 yards, not enough for a first down, but it's going to be punt time for your Wildcats. It's going to be 4th and about 6 yards, right on the 45-yard line on the Wildcat side. They're going to choose to punt it.
18-yard gain there to Wyatt Watson.
Yep.
So this now is 4th down and 6 yards to go. And is that Jackson Hare in again? Believe so. Jackson Hare apparently now will be the regular punter for the Wildcats. Somewhat low snap, but he makes it this time. Remember the last time he bobbled the snap, had to run for it. And this punt taken at the 21-yard line by Josh Reyes. And that is where Poteet will start from the 21. Punt by Jackson Hare, 34 yards.
8 minutes, 57 seconds left in this first half of play. The Wildcats 26, the Poteet Pirates 3. So the Wildcats doing a good job of dominating this team in the first quarter, but no score here in the second quarter as each side's had a little bit tough time getting the ball moving.
4-man front for Sulphur Springs on 1st down. Joyner handing off, and trouble in the backfield for Poteet as the ball carrier is swarmed. And this is Delarian Rose, senior, brought down for a loss.
Yeah, he's going to lose 3 yards there and push him back into the red zone on his own side. He's going to be on the 18-yard line. That's going to make it 2nd and 13. So Wildcats doing a good job of reading that play and wrapping him up and taking him down.
Several Wildcats in on that tackle. Preston Nottingham, a linebacker, one of them. Behind the chains, the Poteet Pirates, 2nd down and 13. 3 wideouts left, one to the near side, bubble screen. And incomplete, intended there for Niles Rivers.
Right, he caught it on the first bounce, but unfortunately you got to catch it before it bounces, and that's going to make it 3rd very long for the Poteet Pirates. The Wildcats, a very important play here. If they can stop them here, they'll get the force a punt and get the ball with a great field position.
They need to get out to the 31-yard line. Joyner setting up the screen pass to the near side, and it is complete, but Wildcats all over that, and that's even a further loss for Poteet, as a matter of fact.
So it's going to be punt time. They're going to be standing almost on their own in their own end zone to punt this one, as the Wildcat defense does a great job stopping that, and kind of a bad play called on the Pirates' part. They threw it out, had a man open, but he was real close to the sidelines. It didn't take anything to get him out of bounds and stop that play. So 4th and 15, it looks like, but they're punting from the punter standing on their own 4-yard line.
Going to give Alex King the credit for the tackle for Sulphur Springs there. Here is the punt, and a fair catch called for at the 45-yard line in Poteet territory by Wyatt Watson.
And that's going to be a 29-yard punt. I could do that one. It's pretty easy when it's on the same side of the 50 there. But Wildcats, great field position as they're going to get the ball right about the 45-yard line, but in Poteet Pirate territory. So they'll be able to make a short field of it and get some more points on the board.
They have started 4 drives in Poteet territory so far here in the first half.
And the score shows that. 26-3, 7:27 left in this second quarter into the first half of the ball game, and here comes the Wildcats.
Wildcats moving right to left, leading 26-3, and a handoff, and off tackle, bouncing it outside. Big gain here for Sulphur Springs, and that was Jackson Hare.
That's going to move the chains and bring up another Hooten's Hardware first down as the Wildcats all the way down on the Poteet 30-yard line. So great play there, and they've taken their time calling the play in.
Really interesting to see Jackson Hare moving to running back, and of course they also are going to line him up at a slot receiver, but they're going to get the maximum potential output from him. Mitchell moving up in the pocket, throwing, touchdown.
Big pass right down the middle. Double coverage on that receiver, but they just weren't close, and he comes down with it in the end zone. 6 more points for the Wildcats as Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go Wildcats. 32-3 over the Poteet Pirates, awaiting the extra point.
Skylar Lewis with the touchdown catch for Sulphur Springs, and that's his 2nd of the night.
Yeah, perfect play call there. He just outran those defenders and just lobbed it right into the end zone.
2nd touchdown pass for Caden Mitchell. Extra point to come. Ball down, kick up by Eric Rodriguez, and it is good.
Going to make it 33-3 as the Wildcats are over the Pirates. 7:14 left in this first half of play. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff in just a moment. And we're back at Gerald Prim Stadium. The Wildcats kicking off the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff right to left to the Pirates as they just scored. Another high kick, looks like.
Once again, kicking it to the sideline, and a fair catch called for by Montreal Hodge for Poteet, and they will start at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, so good good call by the Wildcats there to kick that high and to the side, not give them a chance to run it back. They almost bobbled it on the last kickoff, but he fielded it pretty well there, and they'll have their 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. Well, very familiar territory.
You're a lot better off if you can catch it and not let it bounce. Once it bounces, as the old saying goes, that you never know which way the football is going to bounce.
Right, exactly.
So first down from the 33. Pirates moving left to right. And this may be the new quarterback in the ballgame, and it is, and he bluffs a throw out to the near side and will tuck it and run it himself. Yep. And this is Gavin Barcelo.
He lowers his shoulder and tries to run like a running back and gets stopped by a couple of Wildcat defenders and maybe gets a full yard out of that. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
Gavin Barcelo, a lot bigger fella than Kevin Joyner, who has been playing most of the snaps at quarterback tonight for Poteet. And Barcelo, this time again, will run, going to his left, then cutting it back, and gets up only to the 30.
No gain.
Yeah, 34.
Yeah, they got that yard last time, and he got back to the line of scrimmage that time, so that's going to make it 3rd and 9.
2 wideouts far side, 1 to the near side. Barcelo is in the shotgun with the running back to his right. H-back behind the left tackle. Setting up to throw. Pumps, has a man out there, throwing, and it is caught in Sulphur Springs territory inside the 30-yard line.
Wow, big, huge throw, and it would have been a touchdown if the receiver didn't have to slow down and kind of back up for it, but he caught it and going all the way to the 26, 27-yard line in Wildcat territory, huge, and they're going to snap this play.
I'll make it the 27. And the chain gang just now arriving down at the 27-yard line. Running play goes up the middle and gains to the 20-yard line for a gain of 7 yards.
They're getting back up to the line of scrimmage, trying to catch Wildcats off guard, snapping the ball.
Barcelo handing off. This is off right tackle. Kelvin Woodburn on the carry. Gets to the 20-yard line. I guess that's no gain. So 3rd down and 3 for Mesquite Poteet at the Sulphur Springs 20-yard line. Wildcats leading 33-3. Gavin Barcelo, the quarterback, handing off up the middle. Not much there for Poteet, but maybe enough for the first down. On the carry, there's Josh Reyes. Gets down to the 16-yard line, and that should be enough for the first down. 4-yard gain.
Maybe a good time for a timeout, in my opinion. Wildcats have 3 of them, and they almost did it again. Pirates catching them off guard.
Barcelo passing, screen pass to the left side, caught, and the receiver eludes the first tackler and gets down close to the 5-yard line. That again is Josh Reyes.
It's going to be real close to a first down, but they're not quite going to give it to him. It's going to be 2nd down and just a few, maybe half a yard.
Gets down to the 7-yard line, we'll say. And a timeout called for by the officials here. We may have a Wildcat needs a little attention.
Looks like we've got a Wildcat was kneeling down on the turf, sitting down, looks like.
Going to be a 2nd and 1 play for the Poteet Pirates, trailing 33-3.
And the Wildcat is up and is going to make his way to the sideline, so we're not going to take a break. The Pirates trying to catch the defense off guard, and I think they've done so. They made that big play, got up to the line of scrimmage and started making their next play before the defense could get set, and now they're down in the red zone of the Wildcats, and with 2nd and just a yard to go.
Gavin Barcelo in the shotgun has Kelvin Woodburn, a running back, to his left. And Barcelo, big, strong fella, takes the snap, will run it himself on this 3rd and 1 play, but he is hit behind the line.
And another flag.
Tackle for Sulphur Springs here by Alex McCormick.
That's a late hit against the Wildcats. It's going to be 1st down, 1st and goal for the Pirates.
Yeah, personal foul.
Yep.
Yeah, automatic 1st down and half the distance to the goal.
Yep. So they'll lay the chains down there because it's going to be 1st and goal. Looks like it's going to be about the 4-yard line. It's hard to see that far.
Yep. Alex McCormick with the tackle a moment ago had 85 tackles a season ago for Sulphur Springs.
A lot of good players making a return here to this season.
1st and goal. Barcelo takes the snap. Will run it himself, going to his left, cuts it back, is down at the 1.
He spins. He tried to make it in there. I'm surprised he didn't reach out and try to break the plane with that. And they're already set up to run the play again before the marker could even get moved.
Snap to Barcelo, handoff up the middle.
Still
This
short.
is Kelvin Woodburn again. And, he's brought down short of the goal line. Call it no gain. So this is 3rd and goal from the 1. 3:50 to go in the first half. Wildcats lead 33-3. 2 wideouts left, 1 to the right. Barcelo, the snap, big fella, going to his right.
Didn't make it.
Cut down at the 1. Once again, Alex McCormick, the linebacker with the tackle for Sulphur Springs, 4th and 1.
Yes, 4th and goal. So they just need really 1 yard to get 6 more points on the board. What are they going to do? Are they going to take what we would say the easy way out and kick it through the uprights for 3 points, or just go? They're so far behind 33-3. I'm going to guess they're going to go for the big points.
They took the field goal when they were trailing 19-0.
Yes.
And were successful with that 35-yard field goal, but I don't see any movement from the bench, so it looks like they are going to go for it on 4th down and goal from the 1 here. Play clock is down to 5, though.
They're going to take a timeout.
So apparently going to have a discussion about it.
Yep. Timeout taken by the Pirates. We're going to take a break with them. We'll be back with Wildcat football at Gerald Prim Stadium in just a moment. And we're back with Wildcat football. The Poteet Pirates down on the 1 yard line, about to score. They're taking a timeout to talk about it. 33-3, the Wildcats over the Poteet Pirates. They really need to get some points on the board. We feel like they're going to go for it, but they're on the sidelines talking about it. 2:51 left in the first half of this ball game, and they've done a pretty fair job on this drive. The Pirates have, moving down the field because of their quick set offense of getting back up to the line of scrimmage and trying to catch the Wildcats defense off guard. That's been working for them to get on down the field.
They had the 38-yard gain to Reyes, the big play on this drive. They are going to go for the touchdown on this 4th down and goal. And Barcelo hit behind the line and will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
Wildcats will take over on downs about the 3-yard line, it looks like to me, from my vantage point and bad eyes all the way on the other side of the field. But the Wildcats do hold the defense. Stop the Poteet Pirates, and so the score is still 33-3. The Wildcats over the Poteet Pirates. 2:49 left in this first half. The Wildcats want to move down the field. They're going to have to move 97 yards down the field and put some more points on the board to really seal this game off in the first half. 33-3. But it's high school football, anything can happen, right, John Mark? So they'll want to put some more points on the board. We're going to see some quick plays, I'm guessing, trying to get them to march down the field. What do you think?
I think, Chad, they've got 97 yards to go and 2:49 to do it. I would be fairly cautious, I think, until they can punch it out beyond the 3-yard line. Now, coming out with the run on 1st down and getting that yardage that they need, that is, again, the young man, sophomore that we've been talking about, Deuce Hall, who came in at quarterback.
Yes, I lost him. He was going to the right side, and then he spun around. He came to the left side, and then he spun all the way around, got out to the 22-yard line, it looks like. And so gained 19 yards there, and 2:38 left on the clock.
Now you might be a little bit more comfortable at opening your offense up, and we have Caden Mitchell back in the ballgame. By the way, who made the tackle on that 4th down play for Sulphur Springs? Again, we've talked about Grayson Hardy coming back this year. 123 tackles last year, and he made the key tackle there on that 4th down and 1 play. Now here's a draw play up the middle on this 1st down from the 23-yard line, and it's a nice gain for Sulphur Springs.
But now they're letting the clock run. 2:23 left and counting. Taking their time getting in, calling the next play.
Gain was up to the 30-yard line.
Two receivers each side, looks like. I think you're about to say that, John Mark.
Yeah, 2:08 left to go in the half. Caden Mitchell in the pocket to throw over the middle, and intended for Wyatt Watson, breaking from right to left, and pass incomplete.
Yeah, kind of hit him right there in the hands, but he couldn't come up with it. That would have been a great gain and a good setup. That stops the clock. 1:59 left in this first half. Wildcats up 33 3-3. It's third down. Looks like about 4 over there.
I would make it 3. Yeah.
And
3rd and 3.
Yeah, almost. Let's go 3.5. Let's compromise. Can't you just compromise, John Mark?
33-3, Sulphur Springs. Just under 2 minutes left to go. Empty backfield for Caden Mitchell. Passing intercepted.
Intercepted.
Near midfield.
Yeah.
The interception by Marcus Thomas for Poteet.
I think that was the intended receiver that had to tackle the interception there. And now this turns it around. The Poteet Pirates have an opportunity to try to get some more points on the board. They only have 3. They're lonely 3 points on the scoreboard. 33-3, your Wildcats up over the Pirates. 1:51 left in this first half. But it's Poteet Pirate ball on Wildcat 46-yard line, and they had a quick discussion over on the sidelines, and they're going to try to make something happen, is my guess.
That's of course, the classic thing. Late in the half, if you've got a big lead, you just want to run out the clock, or do you want to put more points on the board? And the Wildcats not opting to play conservative football, and you take the chance of an interception.
Yes.
Gavin Barcelo, the quarterback, in there again and moving around in the pocket, throwing complete to the sideline, and the catch is made by Montreal Hodge.
And he got out of bounds, and he's got a pretty good gain of about 7 yards, 6 or 7 yards there. And they're setting up. Of course, they stopped the clock, 1:42 left, but they're getting up to the line of scrimmage, getting ready to go.
2nd down and 3. Bubble screen to the far side, complete, and the receiver blows by the first Sulphur Springs tackler inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line or thereabouts. That is Josh Reyes.
A huge first down for the Pirates, but there's a player down. It's going to be a injury timeout, it looks like. Possibly a Wildcat player over there. 1:36 left in this first half. We're going to take a quick break with this injury timeout. We'll be back with Wildcat football at Gerald Prim Stadium in just a moment. And we're back. That Wildcat player is back up and running off to the sideline. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Pirates. 1:36 left in the half. They're trying to make something happen, get some more points on the board. John Mark.
Gavin Barcelo in the shotgun. Has 3 men to the right and 1 to the left side, throwing into the end zone down the far sideline.
Looks like a touchdown. Nope. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds.
Catch was made by Marcus Thomas, who had the interception just a moment ago, and I guess he was out of bounds because I thought he had it for the score.
Yeah, well, it looked like he hit the pylon as he was entering the end zone and maybe stepped out of bounds right there and then caught the ball, which would make him ineligible. So, yes, 1:23 left. It's going to be 2nd and 10, the ball on the 30-yard line in Wildcat territory.
Barcelo, the quarterback, with Tinsley to his right, the running back. Fakes the handoff. Now Barcelo moving to his left, throwing into the end zone.
And that
was
time
it caught?
Connected.
That is a touchdown for Poteet. And the touchdown catch by Marcus Thomas, who almost had a touchdown on the previous play and had the interception a few plays ago.
Well, and a player down again on the Wildcat side, so it's going to be a moment before we get the extra point. 1:08 left in this first half as the trainers go to 10-1 of the Wildcats. We'll take a quick injury timeout. We'll be back with Wildcat football in just a moment. We're back with Wildcat football. The Poteet Pirates putting some points on the board, 33-9, as we await their try for the extra point.
Rocco Reyna with the attempt, and the kick is up and good. He had the 35-yard field goal in the first quarter.
That makes it 33-10. Yes, the Poteet Pirates putting a few more points on the board, but the Wildcats still have a commanding lead with 1:08 left in this first half. Wildcats about to get the ball on the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. They'll be receiving. This time, I think it'll be more conservative. What do you think, John Mark?
I think they've learned their lesson.
Yes. We'll stay with them here, and because they'll be coming out, they're anxious to receive this kickoff and probably just down it a couple of times and go to the locker room here and take a break for the half. But you were saying when we were on break, you and I were talking, John Mark, it's not unusual for a lot of cramps during this game.
Right. Well, the humidity and all, but of course it's not nearly as hot. Chad, before you arrived, we were talking about the fact that at Jacksonville, I think when we arrived at Jacksonville the first game last year, it was 109 degrees.
Oh, yes.
As I recall.
Right. Yeah.
89 to start the game tonight,
Yes.
but still, the humidity is a factor, and you see a lot of cramps
Right.
these early season games. I suspect that's what we've had.
Here comes the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. The Wildcats receiving.
Rocco Reyna with the short kick to the 27-yard line. Return for Sulphur Springs. Coming to the middle of the field. This is Wyatt Watson, and Watson breaks free. Across the 50-yard line into Poteet territory, out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
Wow, a huge run back and an opportunity, actually, for the Wildcats. They could make a couple plays, kick a field goal maybe. They're in a good territory to do that. We'll see what the coaches come up with on the Wildcat side. It didn't work out for them that last time when they tried to kind of move on down the field and threw that interception. That allowed the Poteet Pirates to put some points on the board. But now here they are on the 39-yard line. It's anyone's guess. I don't know what I'm doing, so maybe they do.
It's a 33-yard kickoff return by Wyatt Watson, the Wildcat senior. So Sulphur Springs leading 33-10. The Wildcats have 1:04 to work with on the clock here. Three-man front for Poteet. Snap to Caden Mitchell, and he is going to be sacked.
Yeah, they read that play and just swallowed him up. They're going to lose about 6 yards on that play, all the way back at the 45-yard line. Still in Poteet Pirate territory. Wildcats are going to take a break and talk about this one. We're going to take a break with them. We'll be back with Wildcat football in just a moment. And we're back. 46 seconds left in this first half. The Wildcats have a commanding lead over the Mesquite Poteet Pirates of 33-10. 46 seconds left in this first half, and the Wildcats have the ball. They're having a discussion on the sideline over here about what to do. You think they're just saying, come on, guys, let's just down it. Let's go.
Well, I think that's that's the discussion, or what, if we know what we want to do, are we really trying to put more points on the board? And from being in Poteet territory, you think they probably would be. So it's just a question of what are you going to do on third down or second down and 16?
Right.
What's your best call?
Here it comes.
And I believe this is Deuce Hall in at quarterback again for Sulphur Springs. Yes. No, that is not. It is Caden Mitchell. And Mitchell passing over the middle, complete at about the 32-yard line. Receiver for the Wildcats is swarmed. He will be short of a first down, but by only a couple of yards. And that was Wyatt Watson again. His extra effort
continued to eat up the clock there as the coaches are frantically calling in the play, telling the Wildcats to get up to the line of scrimmage, and 19 seconds left and counting.
3rd and 3. Play action pass. Caden Mitchell moving in the pocket, looking downfield, tucks it, and hot foots it out of bounds at about the 27-yard line with 8 seconds left on the clock. And that would leave the Wildcats plenty of time for a field goal if that's what they want to do.
Right. Gives them a first down, but only 8 seconds to use a new set of downs.
Right.
It's going to be the Hooten's Hardware first down. Hooten's Hardware, they're more than nuts and bolts, John Mark, down in Emory, Texas. The Wildcats taking their time since they stopped the clock by running out of bounds. They're calling this play in. And it looks like they're just going to maybe Hail Mary it down into the end zone.
You've got time for one play.
Right.
And they have 2 timeouts also.
Exactly.
Although I'm sure they will throw it here. Mitchell back, throwing quickly, passing, complete.
He's going to
at the 5. That's Wyatt Watson. Breaks a tackle, touchdown. How about that?
And as time expires in this first half, Wyatt Watson makes it into the end zone to put 6 more points on the board for the Wildcats, as Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go, Wildcats. 39-10, the Wildcats leading the Pirates, and we still have an extra point attempt by the Wildcats to go. So it's a good play call. They threw it right up the middle there, and he had to scramble to get into the end zone, but he made it.
Sulphur Springs has some weapons, I tell you, on offense. They really do. Extra point here by Rodriguez, and it is good.
That makes it 40-10. Time's expired. The bands are getting ready to move out onto the field. The Wildcats with a commanding lead, 40-10 over these Pirates. Just can't wait to see what the second half is going to be now. But we get ready for the Mesquite Poteet band to take the field. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with Wildcat football and halftime here in just a moment. And we're back with Wildcat football here at Gerald Prim Stadium as the Mesquite Poteet band gets ready to have their performance. John Mark will have their music in the background as we kind of recap the first half of the ball game. It's just a commanding start of the season for the Wildcats, I think.
Well, this is the debut of Caden Mitchell as the regular quarterback for Sulphur Springs after the great season that Brady Driver had last season and the season before, and he's looked fantastic. Has Caden Mitchell. He started the game with a 9-yard touchdown run on the first possession for Sulphur Springs to put the Wildcats up 6-0. That was a low snap on the kick, so there actually was no kick. Then Wildcats recover a fumble. They come back with a 32-yard run by Jackson Hare. Again, the kick is no good, and Wildcats lead at 12-0. Interception by Alex King, setting him up for a 3-yard touchdown pass from Caden Mitchell to Sky Lewis. Extra point good, 19-0. This is with 6:23 left to go in the first quarter. Poteet gets a 35-yard field goal by their place kicker, Rocco Reyna, to make it 19-3. And then after that, the 96-yard kickoff returned by Deuce Hall.
Yep, just one play later.
The sophomore for Sulphur Springs. If you picked up a copy of Texas football this summer, then you read a little bit about Deuce Hall, the sophomore quarterback for the Wildcats, and they have used him in choice positions here in the first half, but none more choice than the kickoff return, 96 yards to make it 26-3 on the final play of the first quarter. Second quarter, Wildcats come back following a punt at taking the ball at the Poteet 45-yard line, 30-yard touchdown pass from Caden Mitchell to Skylar Lewis. So Sky Lewis with 2 touchdowns in the first half, 33-3 at that point. Poteet gets a late touchdown on a 27-yard pass from Gavin Barcelo to Marcus Thomas, set up on the interception by Marcus Thomas, 33-10 with 1:08 left to go in the second quarter. Wildcats had only that 1:08 to move down the field, but they got the 33-yard kickoff return by Wyatt Watson, gave them the ball at the Poteet 39-yard line, and then in 5 plays they go for the touchdown with 8 seconds showing on the clock. They get the pass over the middle from Caden Mitchell to Wyatt Watson.
Yep.
With the extra point by Eric Rodriguez on the final play of the first half, 40-10. Sulphur Springs leading, and that's where we stand at halftime.
Yeah, that's just a wonderful first half for the Wildcats. Like you said, a couple of miscues, but it's the first game, and there were a couple of maybe cramp injuries that we talked about. That nothing serious. It didn't seem like, but all the players kind of eventually hopped up and ran over to the sideline. So this and in the background, I have to say that the Poteet band is quite loud. They're doing a great job, and they, of course, it used to be called it's the color guard. It's not the flag.
The flag corps.
The flag corps, the color guard. What's the appropriate name? I think it's color guard these days.
Well, yeah. Color guard. When you say color guard, I think of like a group of Boy Scouts moving out to present the flag.
Yes.
With what I'm seeing on the field in front of us here, I call that a flag corps, where they're waving flipping the flags around.
There's a bunch of flags out there. They have about at least 30 members in this crew, and so it's quite a lot of action going on out there.
Well, and
number 13 for the Pirates is out there playing the trumpet as well.
That's the quarterback.
Yeah, I know. So he first stood out in sheer size to me as I could see him. For those, we'll have to watch the replay on Channel 18 or the KSST YouTube channel once Matt gets the game mixed down and put on that for us. And not regular marching band uniforms for Poteet either. No shorts, and it's actually shorts and T-shirts. It's the summer uniforms because it is so hot at this time of the year with school starting so early. But the Poteet band doing a great job out there, and the percussionists, they're all up front here, a little easier for us to see. They're really jamming. They really get with it.
Right.
So,
well, I think that's the glamour position for kids in the high school band, is to be on the drum line. But,
yes.
But I think I heard their public address announcer say that they were the marching band state champs last year at the 5A level. So very impressive, and they are a great-looking group for sure. The Poteet High School band, of course, the Wildcats themselves, the Wildcat band, man oh man, that Wildcat band.
Right, they'll be up in just a moment.
Had some great success last year themselves in Austin. So.
Yep. So the Wildcat band lined up on the south end of the field there, and as the Poteet band plays their way off the field. And all those flags, the flag corps, the color guard, whatever they're called over in Mesquite, well, they each had 2 flags, so that's over 60 flags they had to transport over here. So they're quite serious about their flags over there, and doing a great job. And now just a small band up on this side of the field as the Poteet Pirates drill team comes out and has their performance. We'll take a break during this. Hear from some of our halftime sponsors during the Wildcat football presentation on KSST. James? And we're back with the halftime show here at Gerald Prim Stadium. Your Wildcat play-by-play announcers John Mark Dempsey and myself, Chad Young, on the color commentary for most of the first half there, John Mark. And 40-10, the Wildcats leading the Poteet Pirates with we're awaiting the drill team and the Wildcat band to come out as they finish the drill team for the Poteet Pirates. You'd think that they were the band from Mesquite was number 1 in state.
Well, that's what I heard their public address announcer say, unless I misunderstood him.
Right.
So, and I would have to do some research on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I heard him say. And nothing that I saw on the field or heard would make me question that.
Oh yeah, it would discount
fantastic.
their performance. Yeah, they have great performance. But a regular marching band type of performance, I would say, instead of the enhanced performance that we have with some of these other bands, such as the Wildcat band.
Yeah.
A lot more
it's
props and all that.
Right. I would still say that they are doing what's called the core style. They're not marching in the traditional way that you see, for example, the Texas Aggie band marches in the old military style. Poteet's a long way from that, but you're right in that they don't have, and maybe it's just too early to have that. They don't have the props and and all of that goes with the marching band performance that you see these days.
All of these bands trying to practice and perform at these games more and more, and with more stuff to try to get to perfect their UIL performance, which is what they're all about. So.
That's right.
And the Wildcats doing a great job year after year of that. So, what do you think the Poteet Pirates coach? What are they? What kind of changes are they going to be making? Well, they're having that discussion in the field house right now.
Rodney McClain is their head coach, and really didn't get a chance to talk much about their program. There's not much they can do, Chad. They just have to. They really are not going to be all that concerned about trying to win the ball game at this point. Although the idea is you take it a play at a time, and if things go your way, then who knows? You may get back into it. But they have to cut down on their mistakes and and execute better and all of the boring stuff that coaches say.
Right.
But don't get down. Just keep playing one play at a time and try to make every play as successful as possible.
Right.
That's all they can do. But they're overmatched here, and of course they came in from last season with an 0-10 record, even though they are 5A Division II, and they are a larger school. They are a higher classification. I don't think there was much doubt that Sulphur Springs would have a big advantage over them coming into this ball game tonight. But
I think we're about to hear from Jordan Owens, who does the announcing for the drill team.
Oh, good.
And the band. So the drill team captain's taking the field for the Wildcats, so we'll hear from them on the public address system here.
Yep.
Well, Jordan's just helping to get them set up. We can see right inside the public address.
But the
here it comes.
Students and Wildcat fans, stand to your feet as Sulphur Springs High School proudly presents the award-winning Blue Blazes. And they strike up the man.
Blue Blazes, under the direction of Meredith Dial, taking the field right now.
Sergeant Poteet, here are Lily Dempsey, Valeria Moreau, Allie Thompson, and Cameron Smith. Officers for the 24-25 line are Junior Lieutenant Tara Stevens, Emma Palacios, Senior Lieutenant Jaden Allen, Allison Smith, and your captains Trinity Martin and Sakona McCullough. The Blazers want to send a special shout out to their Blaze of the Week, Abby Navarro, and to their Spirit Girl of the Week, Addison Godhoe. They also like to highlight their Spotlight Teacher of the Week, Miss LaToya Wright. The Blazers would love to send a special thank you to their sponsors, Corner Grub House, RDW Hallway, J.N.D. Dover and Moulton, Miguel and Lindy Palacios, Larry and Sherry Finney, Bankston family, and Bob Evans. Now, join the Blazers as they perform an exciting heat routine to I'm Still Standing.
the Sulphur Springs High School Blue Blazes performing on the field, directed by Meredith Dial. And the Wildcat Band, Man Oh Man, that Wildcat Band, directed by Spencer Emmert, will be giving their performance here shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they come. Say it with me, loud and proud. Man, oh man, that Wildcat Band. The band is being led onto the field by drum majors Brody Emmert, Cannon Gibson, Rafi Flores, and Anthony Small. The Wildcat Band would like to recognize this week's section of the week, the trombones. And this week's band members of the week are Sylvester Garcia and Amelia Escobedo. Tonight, the Wildcat Band is excited to kick off their 2024 season, presenting their UIL competition show, Neon Nights. and gentlemen, your Sulphur Springs High School Wildcat Marching Band. Directors for the band are Spencer Emmert, Allison Martinez, Cody Brown, Zachary Griffin, Brittany Robinette, Steve Tucker, Connor Dawes.
It is halftime at Gerald Prim Stadium, and the Wildcats leading over Mesquite Poteet 40-10. And you've just heard the performance of the Sulphur Springs High School band. Man, oh man, that Wildcat band. Jordan Owens, your public address announcer for the performance tonight. The Wildcat band under the direction of Spencer Emmert.
Yes, another great performance, and ending there with I heard New York State of Mind there.
Yep.
That song kind of got lost in the other music there. But the Wildcats lining up on the north end of the field in the end zone. The big inflatable helmet already up, and they're going to come running out here in just a second. The cheerleaders lined up, and we're going to be getting back to some Wildcat football here in less than 2 minutes, minute 50 counting down on the halftime clock. The Wildcats up 40-10, a commanding lead over these Mesquite Poteet Pirates.
Halftime performance brought to you by Galleon Insurance and Hall Oil on KSST. 40-10, Sulphur Springs leading over the Poteet Pirates. This is Wildcats football on KSST.
I bought a little Hall Oil. Well, I was over at Hall Oil buying some diesel there the other day. Yeah, a little farm diesel. Hall Oil down there by the railroad tracks, and they've got quite a following. There's a lot of folks that utilize
Indeed.
them. Yeah. So, and of course, Galleon Insurance, a mainstay here in Sulphur Springs and Hopkins County for many, many years. We're just under a minute. We're going to see they've got the smoke brewing over there at the tunnel on the pirate side, and looks like they're getting. Who's going to come out first? Who you think? Yes.
I don't know what the protocol is.
Yeah, what is the protocol? Well, they've got the fog machine and some lights going. They really do it up big over there.
They do, especially when you're down 40-10. You know,
Right.
come out with the smoke and the lights.
Yeah,
but listen, it's for the kids.
Whatever
Let
it
them have
takes,
fun.
yeah. But they've got more props on the football team than the band has over in Mesquite. So,
they do.
Right. Yeah, so a good first half. I'm always excited to see how the teams make their changes after halftime, and the Poteet Pirates come out first as they enter the field on the far side of the field. The Wildcats getting ready to enter their side over here. I'd like to see what kind of changes they make. Is Faircloth going to kind of set back, maybe put in some second string players, and here come your Sulphur Springs Wildcats as they take the field to still a great crowd on the Wildcat side.
What I would expect, Chad, is that in the third quarter you'll see the regulars for Sulphur Springs, but if the Wildcats continue to have that big lead going to the fourth quarter, then think you'll see a lot of substitutes in the ball game.
Yep.
But Sulphur Springs plays a lot of players anyway, so it's not like there's going to be a huge difference when they go to their second line guys, because a lot of those guys are seeing a good deal of action as it is. It's been real interesting to see the performance of, in the first half, Deuce Hall with the 96-yard kickoff return. So much interest in him as a sophomore, kind of jack-of-all-trades player for the Wildcats. Caden Mitchell, of course, starting at quarterback. And Brady Driver had such a great year last year, and Caden Mitchell played a good deal the year before that, but saw very little action at quarterback last year. But boy, he looks very sharp here in the first half, although he did have the one interception. The one guy we need to talk more about, and I have resolved to talk about him more, is the left tackle, Vincent Johnson. And, we just don't talk about the offensive lineman all that much. Vincent Johnson, 6'5", 315 pounds.
I think he's got a future.
A junior. He is being recruited by Oklahoma, TCU, Texas Tech, North Texas, and several others. So we need to pay a lot more attention to him as the season goes along, and along with the other Wildcat offensive linemen. Wildcats will be kicking off here to start the second half. Sulphur Springs received to start the game, and Eric Rodriguez has it teed up at the 40-yard line. And
here comes the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff.
The short kick to the 28-yard line, and a fair catch called for by Montreal Hodge. So reasonably good field position.
So Hodge received the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. Isn't that cool? Right,
Maybe
J. Hodge would be so proud.
That may be a first.
Yes. Yeah, the Poteet Pirates going to start off on their own 28-yard line. Another one of those high kicks to the sideline, and it barely stayed in bounds. He fielded it in bounds and then immediately stepped out of bounds. And
you see that a lot in high school football, and the reason why is it was Deuce Hall's 96-yard kickoff return in the first half.
It's already a flag here.
It minimizes that. So I have not spotted the flag.
There's 12. Yeah, he just threw. There's 12 men on the field on the Poteet side.
Yeah, illegal substitution.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, they've got 12 players, and they still have 12. Well, there goes one of them off to the sideline. So,
but I'll tell you, talking about that, what I call a diagonal kickoff.
Yep.
Poteet did that on the kickoff just before the end of the first half, and Wyatt Watson returned it. What was it, 33 yards?
Yes, exactly.
And set him up in good field position. So it's no guarantee.
Yep.
So first down and 15. This is Kevin Joyner back in the game at quarterback, the more diminutive of the two quarterbacks. He would maybe stand 5'7", 5'8".
Picked up 2 yards. Look, they slid down as he ran it. And
short gain.
Second and 13.
So, yeah, second and 13. Now he is throwing to the far side, and it is incomplete at midfield, but a flag comes in late.
That's probably that may be pass interference against your Wildcats. And he was way down the field. That flag is on the 48-yard line on the Poteet side, and they're going to start walking it off there. The Pirates are. They know it's pass interference against the Wildcats, but it's going to be the 15-yard kind.
Right.
Is that yeah?
And the automatic first down.
Right. So that's going to move them up to their own 38-yard line when they. Here comes the official.
I believe it'll be the 40.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go. 40-yard line for the Pirates. Are going to start. First and 10, and they'll be into Wildcat territory if they get this first down.
Intended receiver was Marcus Thomas, who had the touchdown catch late in the first half. And big play opens wide open here for Poteet. Aaron Tinsley gets the handoff and takes it all the way to the Sulphur Springs 40-yard line.
So a 20-yard gain there.
Right.
So
Tinsley, 285 yards rushing, 4.3 yards per carry last season for Mesquite Poteet.
Sulphur Springs already taking a first out. We're going to first time out because I think they just kind of want to reset and see what's going on. We'll take a quick timeout with them. We'll be back with Wildcat football, Gerald Prim Stadium, in just a moment. And we're back, Wildcat football. The Wildcats up 40-10 over the Pirates. Beginning of the third quarter, 11-17 left in this third quarter. But the Pirates moving down the field. They're on the Wildcat 40-yard line, first and 10.
3 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side as they move to our left. Joyner, the fake handoff, now sets up the screen on the near side, which is complete to Josh Reyes. And Reyes is to the 38-yard line for a short gain of 2 yards. Second down, 8.
Pirates setting up quick and snapping this play.
Joyner throwing to the far side and
incomplete.
Incomplete, evidently. I thought for a moment that catch had been made by the receiver, who is Niall Rivers.
And that was a good play for the Pirates, to be honest with you. They had 2 receivers that the Wildcats defense didn't have time to get set up.
I think you're right.
They were wide open, but it just went in and out of the hands of that receiver. So it's now... Well, they're moving the ball back.
Penalty apparently called.
5-yard penalty. So
keep our eyes here on the referee, who is Brad Frisbee. I have not seen him give any indication.
But they're moving it back.
But they did move them back.
5 yards, yeah.
And it's still second down. So apparently that previous play was nullified.
Possibly a false start there on the Pirates offense.
Well, it's the first game for the officials as well, but I did not. Here we go. Finally, we're going to get it. ineligible receiver downfield.
Yes. That mystery penalty that's so hard to understand.
And this is a loss of down.
Oh. So that's going to make it 3rd down and 13 for the Pirates. They're backed up now but they're still on the Wildcat side of the field, but they're on the 43-yard line.
Yep. So this is 3rd down now, and make it 13 yards to go. They need to get to the 29-yard line. Joyner backpedals, throw it down the left side, and incomplete at the 10-yard line. Double coverage there for Sulphur Springs, and back there for the Wildcats, Gio Ibarra and Grayson Hardy. 4th down and 13 from the 43-yard line in Wildcat territory. Looks like the punt team coming onto the field for the Pirates.
Yes, they 4th and 13. First, that's an uphill battle. But even though they're down 40-10, your Wildcats up huge over the Poteet Pirates, but they're just going to punt it away, and the Wildcat punt returners back on their own 15-yard line.
This is Wyatt Watson and Sky Lewis, and the punt is that may have been muffed and then taken by Skylar Lewis, and he will take a loss on this return back to the 13-yard line or thereabouts.
Yep. So Wildcats uphill battle now, deep in their own territory. 10:33 left in this 3rd quarter. The Wildcats are up 40-10, and we'll see what changes they've made on their offense as they get ready for their 1st and 10, all the way back, on their own.
Looks like the
13-yard line, yeah.
40-10, Sulphur Springs leading early in the second half. 10:33 to go, 3rd period. First possession of the second half for the Wildcats. Poteet took the ball at their own 28-yard line, drove as far as the Sulphur Springs 38 before their drive finally fizzled out. On 1st down, Jackson Hare going off right tackle. Hare slashing across the line of scrimmage up close to the 20-yard line. We'll give him the 20, and that'll be a gain of 7 yards for Jackson Hare, who had the 32-yard touchdown run in the first half.
The crowd starting to dwindle on the opposite side of the field. The Poteet Pirates, all the band and drill team parents probably cutting out and heading back to Mesquite.
Seeing some brake lights over on that side.
Mm-hmm.
This is 2nd down and 3. Caden Mitchell fakes a handoff, will come to the near side on the keeper.
He gets wrapped up and pushed out of bounds right.
25, he should have the first down.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to have a first down.
Depending on the spot, but
they're
it looks
moving
like
the chains. It's going to be a Hooten's Hardware first down for your Sulphur Springs Wildcats. 9:48 left in this 3rd quarter. He went out of bounds. That's going to stop the clock. 40-10, the Wildcats over the Pirates.
I tell you, he is a good athlete. We followed, of course, the Wildcat baseball team in the spring, and he's one of the top hitters on that Wildcat baseball team. So good-looking young athlete. 1st down and 10. Mitchell in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Here goes Mitchell. No, this is not Mitchell. This is Deuce Hall in at quarterback. Deuce Hall, the sophomore quarterback.
Takes it to the house.
All the way, 75-yard run. He had a 96-yard touchdown run in the first half.
Yeah, so that's going to put 6 more points on the board for the Wildcats as Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go, Wildcats. Yeah, that was a great run on the keeper, so he takes it all the way into the end zone. 46-10, your Wildcats over the Mesquite Poteet Pirates as it's just in time for another extra point here, maybe make this spread a little wider.
I think I said 96-yard run. It was a 96-yard touchdown return for Deuce Hall in the first half. Here's the kick by Eric Rodriguez, and it is good.
That's going to make it 47-10 as the Wildcats move even farther ahead of the Poteet Pirates. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back awaiting the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff here, Wildcat football on KSST.
And the kickoff by Eric McCormick. Again, this is Eric Rodriguez, I should say, the short diagonal kick, and it was muffed there, but Poteet able to recover at the 39-yard line. So first down for the Poteet Pirates. So we have been hearing over the summer about the sophomore Deuce Hall, who was the quarterback on the district champion freshman team last fall. And he has impressed us with a 96-yard kickoff return and now a 75-yard touchdown run from scrimmage in this ballgame.
The Poteet Pirates taking that J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff reception and fielding it on the 38-yard line in their own territory. That's where they'll start, 1st and 10 on their own 38. Let's see what they can do with their offensive drive.
Kevin Joyner, the quarterback, and there's a low snap and a loose ball and a scramble for the football. And looks like Poteet has come up with it, but they're indicating second down, so but a loss on the play.
Yep, big loss on that, about 5 yards. So it's going to be second and long for the Pirates, as they didn't do well on that first down snap and dropping that, having to fall on it. 2nd
and 14, 4-man front for Sulphur Springs. Joyner in the pocket, will scramble. And Joyner takes a big hit as he crosses the 40-yard line. I believe that's Laren Vaughn got him, for Sulphur Springs. Or Alex McCormick instead of Laren Vaughn, it was. Up to the 41-yard line.
Yep, he's made a 7-yard run on that. They're getting ready to snap the ball on third down.
3rd down and 7 for Poteet at their own 41-yard line, trailing 47-10, moving left to right and sacked.
Yes.
Here's the quarterback, Kevin Joyner, and on the sack for Sulphur Springs, that's Alex King, who had an interception in the first half. The Wildcat linebacker, a junior.
He just went straight through his blocker there and carried his blocker with him as he sacked the quarterback there. So a great job by the Wildcat defense as they get in there and sack the quarterback. Really kind of pushed his own player into him, knocked him down. He sacked them both, it looked like. The offensive lineman and the quarterback at the same time. So it's punt time for the Pirates. The Wildcat punt returners back on their own 35-yard line. Be good field position if they could field it there.
Loss of 8 on that play. This is 4th and 15 and the punt. And here's the return. This is Wyatt Watson for Sulphur Springs. Returns it to the 50-yard line from the 40, so a 10-yard punt return.
Yeah, he gets back to midfield. It's going to be good field position for the Wildcats as they're going to start their first down drive here right at midfield, right on the 50-yard line, and they're letting the clock's not running down. 7:29, of course, as they get ready to set up for this first down. 47-10, the Wildcats over the Pirates. So
27-yard punt by Brandon Hernandez there, 10-yard return by Wyatt Watson.
The beginnings of a blowout, I was going to say, John.
Well, it is that.
Yes, that's right.
I think it's more than the beginnings.
Right. So, and there's looks like personal foul and against the Wildcats, and they're going to take it all the way back about to where they fielded it. So this is going to be a huge penalty all the way back to the...
Walked off from the spot of the foul, of course, so instead of the 50-yard line, Sulphur Springs is going to be back at their own 24.
Right. Looked like just glanced up. I was actually looking at the scoreboard, but I saw the official. Could have been a face mask there that he indicated. So anyway, either way, it's 1st and 10 for your Wildcats. Push back to their own 24, so not as good field position, but let's see what they can do with it. What kind of play calling comes in for these Wildcats?
A personal foul of some kind called against Sulphur Springs there, and we were not able to see the signal. This is Keyshawn John, and a flag goes down as he crosses the 30 up to the 32 or 33-yard line. Flag goes down just as he went to the turf.
You would say things are getting chippy out there. I'll say emotions are running high. They haven't moved the stick yet, the first down marker. So because they've thrown that flag, they're having a discussion about it. They're not moving it yet.
Would be a gain of 7 yards or so.
Yeah, it's a good run right up the middle.
For Keyshawn John,
And it's going to go against the Wildcats. They're going to back them up.
Another personal foul. And this moves them back inside the 20.
Yes.
Line of scrimmage will be the 15-yard line.
Right.
So wipe out that nice gain by Keyshawn Hall, or Keyshawn John, a junior.
And it's still first down, they're indicating.
Yeah.
And that's going to make it 1st and 20.
Right.
Wildcats on their own 15-yard line.
So the penalty was from up the field slightly from the spot of the foul. So 1st and 20 for Sulphur Springs. Wildcats have 2 to the near side. And a draw play up the middle, and again a big hole here. And this is Keyshawn John, I believe, on the run again.
That's the secondary.
Keyshawn John at midfield, at the 30, at the 20. He will score. Keyshawn John.
85-yard run for the Wildcats as Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go Wildcats. They put 6 more points on the board after an 85-yard sprint. That's going to make it 53-10, now officially a blowout, as we await the extra point by the Wildcats. 6:57 left in this third quarter.
John had gained 7 yards on the previous play that was wiped out by a personal foul penalty. Wildcats basically came back with the same play, and he takes it 75 yards for the touchdown.
Yes, he just blew past everybody. And it was, I'd say it was a foot race, but
not much of a foot race.
It was more of a foot chase.
Eric Rodriguez with the extra point, high and true, 53-10, 54-10 it is now, hard to keep up.
We'll be back with the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff in just a moment. Wildcat football here on KSST. Now we're back at Gerald Prim Stadium. Here comes the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff.
And the kick once again on an angle to the 32-yard line by Eric Rodriguez, and a fair catch taken by Montreal Hodge at the 32-yard line for Poteet.
All of those balls that he's kicked on those kickoffs have landed within a 10-foot circle over there. I mean, he's just been very accurate, and it's worked great for the Wildcats every time. They've been on the 32 to the 34-yard line for where they fielded it, and it's just one time they muffed it, it bounced, and the Wildcats almost recovered. But the Poteet Pirates coming out trying to get something going here in their ball game. 1st and 10 from their own 32-yard line.
Gavin Barcelo back in there at quarterback. He engineered a drive for them in the first half, their only touchdown. He hands off on 1st down. And a nice gain here for Kelvin Woodburn across the 30 up to the 33-yard line. Well, I misread that, a gain of 2. Rather, I was reading it from where the handoff took place. So it's a gain of 2, beg your pardon. And he gets out to the 34, so it is 2nd down and 8. Not as big of a gain as it first appeared. 2 wide to either side of the field. Barcelo handing off to Woodburn. Takes a step to his left, now cuts it back. Pops through a hole on the right side across the 40 up to about the 44-yard line, and that will be a 1st down for Mesquite Poteet.
Yeah, good move by the running back there. He kind of dodged his tacklers there from the Wildcats and made a good run there and picked up enough yardage there to move the chains. And so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Poteet Pirates on their own 44-yard line. 54-10. Sulphur Springs leading midway through the 3rd period. 3 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near side as they go from left to right. Delayed handoff here to Woodburn once again. Trying to go off right tackle, now cuts it back, and pursuit coming up from the backside for Sulphur Springs with the tackle. That looks like Truth Holmes there on the stop. And across the 45 to the 46-yard line goes Woodburn. 2nd down and 8. Poteet Pirates, 5-2A team. Come down Interstate 30 for this game tonight. Gavin Barcelo, the quarterback in the shotgun, takes the snap. Big fella moving to his left, throwing across his body, passing downfield. Looks like it is complete in Sulphur Springs territory at about the 42-yard line, and making the catch was Jaden Walker,
their top receiver from a year ago. First time I think we've said his name tonight.
I believe it is, and he made a good snag there and then met with the Wildcat defender taking him down. But it's 1st and 10 for the Pirates in Wildcat territory.
At the 42-yard line. That's a gain of 11 yards and a handoff up the middle and a big gain here for Poteet. This is Woodburn again. Woodburn going to his left, then breaking the first contact.
Making another first down.
Gets down to the 25-yard line.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Poteet Pirates on the Wildcat 25-yard line. They're setting up quick, trying to cause the Wildcat defense to be off guard.
17-yard gain on that one. 1st down and 10, as Chad told you. At the 26-yard line, Barcelo tried to throw the screen pass to the near side, and was it picked off for Sulphur Springs? Wildcats and Wildcat fans think it might have been.
They dropped him for a loss there, so.
Yeah, if it was a complete pass, then it's a loss.
So they're going to mark him back 2 yards back, I think.
Josh Reyes, who's had a lot of catches tonight, did make the catch, but they lose 3 yards back to the 30-yard line.
Yep. It'll be 2nd and 13 for them, and they're taking their time now getting the play called in.
Pretty good drive here for Poteet. This is the 7th play. They started at their own 32-yard line. But this is 2nd down and 13 from the Sulphur Springs 30. Barcelo moving in the pocket, passing over the middle, and has the receiver with the catch. Complete pass at the 5 and in for the touchdown.
Yes, he made a 2nd and 3rd effort there to get past the Wildcat defenders and get into the end zone to put 6 more points on the board for the Poteet Pirates. It brings them to 54-16, unfortunately. Still a long way to go for the Pirates, but 3:13 left in this third quarter, and they're waiting the extra point from the Pirates.
Josh Reyes with the touchdown catch. Nice grab and a good job of running with the ball after the catch. And the extra point is up and good by Abraham Aguirre. 54-17. Sulphur Springs leads over Mesquite Poteet.
We'll be back with the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff in just a moment here at Gerald Prim Stadium. Wildcat football continues on KSST. And we're back at Gerald Prim Stadium for Wildcat football here on KSST, awaiting for the Wildcats to receive the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. Not something we've seen a lot of in this game because the Poteet Pirates not kicking a lot. And they kick a short kick, and it bounces around, and the Pirates may have picked it up.
Haven't seen an indication yet.
Well,
around the 34-yard line of Sulphur Springs, over near the sideline on the far side of the field.
Yeah, so the Wildcats did recover that. It was on the far side of the field, and that was one of those short kicks like the Wildcats have been doing all night, but they had a little trouble fielding that one from the Pirates. Finally came down with it. They'll start their 1st and 10 on their own 34-yard line as they move right to left here. 3:13 left in this third quarter of football. So we'll see what the Wildcats can get moving here. Who's in as quarterback? Can you tell there?
Oh, it looks like once again. That's Caden Mitchell is back in there at quarterback. 68-yard drive and 7 plays by Mesquite Poteet, by the way. It's a pass over the middle. It is complete, and there he goes. I believe that is Wyatt Watson with the catch. No, that's Jackson Hare. Jackson Hare.
Makes it all the way into the end zone.
Makes the catch about midfield, and nobody was going to catch him.
Yes, he just outran everybody there as Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go, Wildcats. Another touchdown for the Wildcats, bringing the score 60-17, and we'll await the extra point. But that's a great run, a great play. They just, right from the line of scrimmage, a rocket right up the middle to receiver, and he just took off in between all of the Pirate defenders, and they just couldn't catch him.
I've got that as a 66-yard touchdown pass from Caden Mitchell to Jackson Hare. Here's the kick by Eric Rodriguez. Good. Sulphur Springs now in the last few minutes has touchdowns of 75 yards by Deuce Hall, 85 by Keyshawn John, and 66 by Jackson Hare.
61-17, Wildcat football continues with the Jayhawk Chevrolet kickoff right after this break. And we're back with Wildcat football, the Jayhawk Chevrolet kickoff coming up here as the Wildcats will be kicking off yet again after another score. 61-17, the Wildcats dominating the Mesquite Poteet Pirates, and they're just kind of running away with it, you know.
Yeah, well, Poteet is just fighting with a short stick here, I think.
Yep.
But give Sulphur Springs a lot of credit here. Sulphur Springs got a lot of weapons. I tell you, offensively, they are going to put up a lot of points against some good teams here this season. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Here's the short diagonal kickoff, taken at the 35-yard line.
Yes, well, I'm going to move with a down to a 5-foot diameter of where those kicks land, as they do a great job. He's going to be the Pirates are going to be starting at the 34-yard line. Imagine that. It sounds like we've said that several times. The Pirates just having a tough time. They're just overmatched, I guess you said.
Yeah.
They're
4 touchdown passes in the game now by Caden Mitchell. And I believe that's the second touchdown by Jackson Hare. I have to go back and look. We've had so many. Here's the handoff going between the tackles, the Poteet Pirates, for a gain of a couple of yards, and that's all. That is, once again, their workhorse, Kelvin Woodburn. And we'll call that a gain of 2, yes, out to the 36-yard line from the 34.
Mesquite Poteet, one of the newer high schools in
relatively
Mesquite.
speaking.
Yeah, relatively speaking, as you mentioned earlier. How many high schools do they have in Mesquite?
Well, I think it's 4.
Did you know there was going to be a test tonight?
Chad,
yeah.
Mesquite, North Mesquite, Poteet, and
the other one. And the other one. Yes. Yep, he's going to keep it.
Barcelo, the quarterback, faking the handoff, and he is a big fella. He also will play tight end for them, to give you some idea of his size.
And during halftime, played the trumpet.
That's exactly right.
And he stands out in the trumpet line.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would, again, we don't have heights and weights on these guys.
Right.
You rarely get that in high school football these days, but I would guess him to be at least 6 feet and well over 200 pounds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but he's fast. He's
a good athlete.
Yeah, he moves pretty fast.
And he has engineered, I will say, engineered their 2 touchdown drives tonight. I think, to me, if I am Rodney McLean, the head coach, I'm leaning toward him as the regular quarterback. 2 wideouts to either side on this 3rd down and 4 for Poteet from the 40-yard line. Handoff goes to Woodburn again. Does it? No, this time it was Delarian Rose. And he is stopped for no gain at the 40-yard line, 4th down. I see no movement from the bench. But now the punt team apparently coming out, kind of reluctantly coming out onto the field here with a minute to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Wildcats leading 61-7.
Yes, just a 61-17.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, 61-17.
Yeah, let's not discount them here. They've earned every point they put on the board tonight.
They've had a couple of good drives.
Yes, they have, and especially with their quick offense, they're getting up to the line of scrimmage. They've caught us off guard a couple of times. Here comes the punt.
This game was 26-3 at the end of the first quarter, by the way.
Now they've called a timeout, I think. Timeout called on the Pirate side for some reason. I guess the play clock was getting down. They didn't want to lose any yardage. We're going to take a break with them. We'll be back with Wildcat football here at Gerald Prim Stadium in just a moment. And we're back with Wildcat football. A short break there with the Pirates trying to talk about how they're going to punt this ball. 36 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. 61-17, the Wildcats over the Pirates. The punter for the Pirates back on his own 28-yard line.
Brandon Hernandez puts the left foot to the ball And a fair catch. Yeah, very high. And this is muffed, and it will be recovered, I believe, by Poteet. And that is the quarterback going down on punt coverage. No, it's not. It is
Number 12.
the quarterback, Ashton Jimenez, going down to recover that muffed punt at the 35-yard line.
Number 12 for the Wildcats, trying to field that punt with a fair catch and touched it and went through his hands. And then number 12 for the Pirates picking that up. So great field position here for the Pirates as they move back all the way down to the Wildcat 35-yard line for their 1st and 10.
Big break for Poteet, trailing 61-17. 24 seconds to go in the third quarter, and Kevin Joyner back in at quarterback. Handoff straight ahead. Short gain for Poteet. And that's Kevin Woodburn again on the carry. And among tacklers in there for Sulphur Springs, Giovanni Solis, who had 38 tackles last season for the Wildcats. 2nd down and 8. And we have come to the end of the third quarter with Sulphur Springs leading 61-17.
They're going to switch into the field. We're going to take a very quick break, and we'll be back with you. Wildcat football continues on KSST. And we're back at Gerald Prim Stadium. The Wildcats dominating the Mesquite Poteet Pirates 61-17 as we get ready to begin the fourth quarter. The Poteet Pirates have the ball after that muffed punt return by the Wildcats, and so they've got great field position. They're 2nd and 8 on the Wildcat 33-yard line, it looks like here.
Right.
Yeah.
Poteet now moving to the north end zone at Gerald Prim Stadium. 4-man front for Sulphur Springs. Kevin Joyner backpedaling, throwing, finding a receiver open about the 23-yard line.
That's going to be enough for the 1st down.
And taken out of bounds by, among others, Alex McCormick. And it was Marcus Thomas on the catch there for Poteet. And it is a 1st down at the 23-yard line.
They're moving the chains, and they're set up, ready to go for another 1st and 10 for the Pirates.
61-17, Sulphur Springs leading. But Poteet on the march here at the Wildcat 23-yard line. Moving right to left. Swing pass from Joyner, the quarterback, to Woodburn, I believe that is. Yes, and he either got back to the line of scrimmage or maybe lost a yard. Looks like he got back to the line, so no gain.
Got wrapped up pretty good by some Wildcat defenders there, and so they just make it back to the line of scrimmage. A lot of running around and for absolutely no gain. It's 2nd and 10 for the Pirates. They're taking their time. Clock ticking down, under 11 minutes.
Joyner in the shotgun, has a back to his right, 2 wideouts to either side. Joyner back, passing over the middle, and incomplete, too low for Josh Reyes.
A pretty good pass and had a receiver open there, but just couldn't connect, and so they incomplete pass. Going to make it 3rd and 10 for the Pirates on the Wildcat 28-yard line.
Chad, from what I can see, Sulphur Springs still has most of their front line guys in on defense right now. I see Ty Bybee is in there and Alex McCormick. And
maybe time to
Truth Holmes.
Those guys out. We don't want to get an injury now. I mean, you want to get some of our other second-string players in, get some more reps in.
3rd and 10 from the Sulphur Springs 23. The handoff goes to
some confusion
Woodburn
in the backfield there.
Yeah.
The quarterback handed off to their running back, and then they kind of fought over it like he didn't want him to have it. Wildcat defenders came in, took him to the ground, and it's going to be another loss. It's going to be 4th and about 14 now, looks like.
Yeah.
And but they're probably going to go for it at this late in the game, and this score is so upside down. 61-17, the Wildcats over the Pirates.
Giovanni Solis had the tackle there. This is 4th down and 14, and Joyner Back to throw, passing intended for Jaden Walker at the 10-yard line, incomplete. Close coverage by Ty Bybee for the Wildcats. Ball goes back to Sulphur Springs with 10:07 left to go. Sulphur Springs leading 61-17.
Some close coverage on the Wildcat side there for that particular pass play, and the players kind of got tangled up and they went to the ground, but no pass interference. And the end of down means that it's over on downs to the Wildcats. They're going to get their first down deep into their own territory as they move left to right here on their own 27-yard line. It's 1st and 10, and they're just going to probably take their time and take some time off the clock, I would guess. But what do I know?
Well, there are plays they want to run and things they want to accomplish, and so – but on first down, this is Keyshawn John over the left side, bursting into the secondary, keeping his feet moving. He's all the way out to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, huge gain. He gets a first down, of course. So the Hooten's Hardware first down coming up for the Wildcats as they will have their 1st and 10 on their own 44-yard line.
17 yards on the gain there by Keyshawn John, Wildcat Jr., who had just 49 yards rushing last season, but a 6.1 yard per carry average. First down, Sulphur Springs. Wildcats with 3 wideouts to the near side, 2 to the far side, empty backfield. Caden Mitchell setting up the bubble screen. It is complete. And bursting past the first tackler there for the Wildcats and into Poteet territory, it is Mason. No, not Mason Cooper, but that is Jamorian Jeffrey with the catch.
A huge gain and enough for a first down and more, so they're moving the chains as the Wildcats will have their next Hooten's Hardware first down all the way in Pirate territory. They'll be on the 35-yard line, so that was a gain of, what was it?
I've got
almost 20 yards.
16 yards.
16 yards, thank you.
No, 21. I beg your pardon.
Okay.
21 yards.
There you go.
21-yard game.
It's the new math. Yes.
I used to could do that a lot quicker than I could do it.
Right, that's okay. And we've got a Pirate, a couple of them taking a knee out there, probably have some cramps. It's been a long game for them. And we've got an injury timeout. We're going to stay with him, though, here for just a second as he's getting up and going to go to the sidelines.
Sulphur Springs has touchdowns here in the second half of 75 yards, run from scrimmage by Deuce Hall in at quarterback. Then the 85-yard run by Keyshawn John.
Right.
And then the 66-yard touchdown pass from Caden Mitchell to Jackson Hare.
So great plays for some big stats. And then the 96-yard run back for the touchdown on the kickoff.
And that was in the first half. But yeah, it has been a spectacular offensive showing here for Sulphur Springs Wildcats tonight.
So the players come back on the field. The injured player that he's walking off under his own power onto the Pirate sideline, so he's going to be okay. 61-17, the Wildcats over the Pirates. 8:54 left in the ball game. Looks like the Wildcats got this one wrapped up.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of reason to give much concern to Brandon Faircloth here at this point. This is Keyshawn John trying to get outside to the near side of the field, but never able really to get past the line of scrimmage, and I see a flag down at the line.
He ran a long way, but never got anywhere. It's no gain. It's going to be second down. Right on the red zone territory of the Pirates, the Wildcats pick up some huge yardage there on the penalty. 1st and 10 for your Wildcats on the 20-yard line.
Let's give some credit to the Sulphur Springs offensive line. Vincent Johnson, the big fella at left tackle. Aiden McCarroll at left guard. Jeff Stevenson at center. Josh Lopez at right guard. And Zach Brown at right tackle tonight. Opening those holes for the Wildcats. First down from the 20. And this looks like Keyshawn John again going to the right side off tackle and bouncing outside. And now finding a hole and working his way behind his blockers all the way inside the 10-yard line down to about the 8-yard line. Keyshawn John. I
saw a flag come in.
I thought I did too.
And then I saw more tacklers come in after the flag. So I guess the whistle hadn't blown. The runner was still up, and
I'm still
but it's
trying
going to be against the Pirates.
Okay, you're right.
And well, hold on. Let's see. And there's a timeout on the field there, so we'll take a timeout with them. 8:01 left in the ball game. Your Wildcats up 61-17 over Mesquite. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with Wildcat football on KSST in just a moment. And a pass by the Wildcats into the end zone, incomplete. That timeout was very quick. So that was that first? That was second down.
No, that was first down.
That was first down, and now they're coming out for second down. The Wildcats moving right near the goal line, just 4 yards. It's going to be second and goal on the 4-yard line.
There was a personal foul after the run by Keyshawn John that moved the ball down to the 4.
Half the distance to the goal down in this area.
Yeah. So this is second down and goal from the 4. Sulphur Springs leading 61-17. Caden Mitchell in at quarterback. Again, Keyshawn John with the handoff going to his left, cutting it back close to the goal line. Apparently down at the 1.
Nope, that's going to be a Wildcat touchdown.
Did they call it?
He broke the plane there.
Finally, a late call there indicated that Keyshawn John did get across. So it goes to 67-17. That's his second touchdown of the second half.
As Northeast Texas Farmers Co-op says, way to go Wildcats. 67-17, awaiting the extra point. 7:34 left in the ball game as the kicker comes out. You know, at this point, I think I would practice my 2-point conversion.
Well, that might be
just to practice.
Taken as running up the score by the Poteet folks.
The kick is good, and now it goes to 68-17. 7:34 left in this ball game. We'll be awaiting the J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff. When we come back, Wildcats dominating Mesquite. Wildcat football continues on KSST in just a moment. Welcome back, KSST Wildcat football. The J. Hodge Chevrolet kickoff coming up, and well, the Wildcats are going to be kicking off again as they've done many times. How many kickoffs has that been? I can't even calculate. But the kickoff team getting a lot of work in tonight as the Wildcats dominating this Mesquite team, 68-17. 7:34 left in the ball game.
That was a 73-yard drive in 6 plays for Sulphur Springs. Big play on the drive, a 21-yard pass from Caden Mitchell to Jamorian Jeffrey. And here is the kickoff, and again the kick on an angle to the far side, and a fair catch taken for Mesquite Poteet.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. That went a little deeper. That's out of my 5-foot diameter where he's kicked all the rest of it. It's going to be the Pirates going to be starting on the 28-yard line or thereabouts. So that's usually it's the 32 or the 34, but actually better for the Wildcats by kicking a little deeper there. But they want to kick it just kind of in that certain area, that sweet spot, so that the Wildcat kicking team can get there just about the time the ball gets there.
Right.
And kicking it deeper than that, well, that makes it a little more difficult for them. But he may have called for a fair catch there. And
he did.
Yep. So,
and on first down from the 28-yard line, the Pirates keep it on the ground as Barcelo hands off to a new back that we have not seen until now, and that is Cameron Stenline, a senior, and he picks up 3 yards to the 31-yard line. Wildcats on the road next week at Greenville. That's not a very far trip to go, and there is an old rivalry being renewed.
Oh, yes. We played them for years and years, and then didn't play them for a while, and then playing them again, and so many years. You'll have to look that up and see how many years we've played.
That will be interesting to see. And here is the quarterback, Gavin Barcelo, on keeper play, coming to the near side, crosses the line of scrimmage and reaches the 36-yard line for a gain of about 5 yards.
Yeah, you have to give it to the quarterback, number 13 there. He's just not giving up, and he's continuing to run the ball and make those second efforts, and he picked up quite a bit of yardage there. It's going to make it a 3rd and 2 for the Pirates on their own 36-yard line, and taking their time running the ball, running the clock, and 6:15 left in the ball game as it ticks away, and they're just not in any hurry. So,
well, what they're interested in now is executing their offense, running some plays that they think are important plays to them, and it's just not so much a matter of trying to get back in the game, obviously, but just do the best you can and get better each play.
That pass right up the middle was well intended for number 21, their receiver, but Wildcat defender may have gotten his hand on that and slapped it down.
Yep.
So it's incomplete, and it'll be 4th down territory again for the Pirates deep in their own territory. They're going to be bringing in the punt team, and 5:55 left in this ball game. The Wildcats 68 over the Pirates 17.
Marion Thomas, the intended receiver there, and into punt. It should be Brandon Hernandez if it's the same youngster we have seen all night, and it is. Brandon Hernandez, and let's see who is back for the Wildcats. That is Wyatt Watson and Skylar Lewis. So,
all the
regulars.
All the top players still playing.
Well, they need their reps, as you have referred to that aspect of the game here a few times tonight.
Yeah.
And the punt now is going to be allowed to bounce, and it will take a Poteet roll to the 20-yard line.
Yes, and this may be one of the worst field positions for the Wildcats starting this drive, as they'll be backed up on their own 20-yard line. Yeah. 5:33 left in this ball game. The Wildcats up huge over the Pirates, and they're going to have their 1st and 10 all the way back on the 20. I don't know how I should have counted the yardage that ball rolled when after it hit. It just kept going and going.
Maybe 15 yards or so.
Yeah, right.
It's a 43-yard punt for Brandon Hernandez.
And I expect some now number 1's in as quarterback, I believe that is.
Well, now let's see. No, this may be, as a matter of fact, this may be Mason Cooper, who is, I believe, considered officially the backup.
One is in as the running back in 18. Is that 18?
Well, if he'll turn slightly, we'll be sure, but I don't believe that it's Caden Mitchell.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Mason Cooper. Handoff goes to the left side to Keyshawn John, who's had a big second half for Sulphur Springs, and he gets up to the 23-yard line for a gain of 3 yards. This is Mason Cooper.
Is he number 16 or 18?
Yes, 16.
16, okay. Yeah, so some of the backups getting some reps now in, and I think this is great. The receivers here on the near side need to figure out where the ball is to line up, and so they do so. And now the Wildcats are 2nd and 6.
2nd and 7, I'd say. Here is a bubble screen to the near side. It is complete, and the catch is made by Jamorian Jeffrey.
He's got enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, who's had several catches tonight for the Wildcats. Gets up to the 30-yard line, and as Chad said, looks like it's close enough for the 1st down.
They're waving the sticks on, so now it's going to be 1st and 10. A Hooten's Hardware 1st down for your Wildcats on their own 31-yard line. As soon as they change that down marker from 4 to 1, they'll have that correct. I can see that from this distance.
Yeah. Everybody is having their first game tonight.
Yes, exactly. So but 1st down.
It is
no matter
1st down.
What you see on the video on the far side there, Matt, it's still 1st down. So
68-17 Sulphur Springs, 4:15 to go in the ball game. Wildcats 1st down at their own 31-yard line. Here comes a sweep to the right side, and again it's Keyshawn John with blockers in front of him. He crosses the 35 and steps out of bounds at about the 37-yard line for a gain of 6 yards. 4 minutes to go in the game.
Right.
And the clock has actually looks like I thought he stepped out of bounds, but the clock is continuing.
He must have stopped his forward progress there, and they're letting the clock continue to roll. 3:48 left in the ball game, and see what the Wildcat offense dials up next.
Empty backfield, 3 wideouts left, 2 to the near side, and tunnel screen they're trying to set up here to Chris Adams, and Adams gets away from the tackler and is down the sideline over on the far side of the field. I think everybody thought he was down at about the 40, but he never went all the way down, and he crossed the 50.
Well, the defender had pulled him down on top of himself, and he never made contact with the ground. And the Wildcat kept fighting there, got back up, and runs on down the field, gets into Pirate territory across the 50. They're going to mark it at the 49-yard line for the next Hooten's Hardware first down.
So that was a 14-yard gain to Chris Adams. I think that's his first catch tonight. He had some big catches for the Wildcats last year, 9 catches for 165 yards, 18.3 per catch, and a touchdown. He's a senior. First down at the Poteet 49-yard line, under 3 minutes to go. Mason Cooper at quarterback, handing off, and off right tackle it goes. That is Keyshawn John again to the 45-yard line of Poteet for a gain of 5 yards.
Yep, this the Wildcats still taking their time. 2:35 left in the ball game, and they're just kind of letting the clock run down. They're going to call it 4 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 6 from the Poteet 45-yard line. Wildcats really taking their time here.
Poteet has a couple of timeouts, but show no interest, no real expectation that they would at this point to try to stop the clock. And Mason Cooper handing off.
Good
Keyshawn John off right tackle.
Picks up another maybe 4 yards there and almost getting to the 40-yard line. They're going to call it.
Gets to the 41, and a tremendous amount of excitement on the Sulphur Springs sideline. I'm not exactly sure why.
Yeah.
Don't know if we had an announcement made that we didn't hear or what.
No, I don't think so.
Down to the 41-yard line. It was just a gain of 4 yards. Nice run, but didn't quite merit the excitement that we saw here. I'm not sure what that was about. But it is 3rd and 1 for Sulphur Springs. Clock is down to 1:30. Wildcats up to the line. Mason Cooper, the junior quarterback, in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands off, and the back is hit and dropped for a loss behind the line back at about the 44-yard line.
And he's going to stay down here for a second.
This is Isaac Ray.
Trainer's coming out to check him. He got wrapped up pretty good there on that run, and they're working on his leg right now. We're going to take an injury timeout, and we're going to take a break with them. 1:05 left in the ball game here. Gerald Prim Stadium. The Wildcats up 68-17. We'll be back with Wildcat football in just a moment. And we're back with Wildcat football. Just a little over a minute left in this ball game. The Wildcats have it wrapped up 68-17. We're in the middle of an injury timeout. Wildcat down. It appears that he's had the breath knocked out of him, and so the Wildcats just waiting to finish this one out.
The trainers Rosario Wilson, Riley Eisenberg, and Bailey Chapman out there.
Yep.
And now the
Wildcat player getting up under his own power. Well, he's got a little a leg injury there, a little help getting off the field there. So we'll have to check in with Coach Faircloth this next week and see what that injury may be.
He is putting some weight on each one of those legs, but that's more than I really thought that it was. So this
4th and 4.
4th and 4, right, from the 44-yard line with under a minute to go. Mason Cooper fakes the handoff, will take it himself, and it looks like he has the first down over there at the 39-yard line.
So 4th and 4 on the 44. The Wildcats pick up 4 yards, and they're going to move the chains. It's going to be another Hooten's Hardware first down for your Wildcats as they get to the Poteet 39-yard line. They're already lined up for another 1st and 10.
One more play. Handoff over the right side, and Wildcat ball carrier taking 3 or 4 Pirates on his back there, and that is Andre Serta, I believe, who normally plays the H-back position. All-district player at tight end last year, although he didn't receive any passes that I'm aware of, but that was just based on his blocking. But he is a big, strong guy.
And as the Wildcat dominated the Pirates here. The clock ticks down 6-5, making its way down to 0-0. That's going to be the ball game. The Wildcats over the Pirates 68-17, a huge win. And John Mark, what's on tap for next week? Greenville.
At Greenville, the Greenville Lions, the old rival of Sulphur Springs. And Chad, you already indicated it'd be interesting to see how many times they have played and who's won the most games and so forth, because that is a series that goes way back. But that'll be at their Cotton Ford Stadium, not the old Phillips Field, which is still standing in central Greenville, but over on the near I-30 Cotton Ford Stadium. So
that's going to do it for us here at this one, Gerald Prim Stadium. They've already turned the lights out on the scoreboard. You don't want to rub it in. A huge win, 68-17, the Wildcats over the Mesquite Poteet Pirates. And we'll see you back here on the radio next week from Greenville as the Wildcats try to continue their wins for this season. John Mark, you have anything else to add?
Well, it's probably too much to try to recap all of this, but Caden Mitchell had a great night for Sulphur Springs. Jackson Hare, obviously the young man Deuce Hall, Keyshawn John, Wyatt Watson, just on and on. Just a huge offensive outpouring for Sulphur Springs tonight. Next home game, by the way, is 2 weeks from tonight. That'll be the homecoming game.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They've already, I think, getting ready to announce the homecoming court and the whole bit. So it's that'll be the next home game, like you say. John Mark Dempsey on play-by-play. I'm your color analyst, Chad Young here. And, of course, James Terry back at the studio. Matt Jansen on our camera tonight. Look for the replays on our YouTube channel, KSST Radio, or on Channel 18. That's going to do it for this Gerald Prim Stadium. Back to you in the studio, James. Thanks a lot.